Hey guys, how are we all doing today? So Emery's running a little bit late. I think he's still at the gym. Can't introduce a man. He can't interrupt a man when he's making his gains. So he'll be a little bit late here, but he'll be here eventually. He's got the link to join. In the meantime, I finally found the main on Dead or Alive. I think. I'm not too sure. I think it's gonna be Mila, the MMA girl. I really like her moveset, so I think she's the one I'm gonna actually lock into and put some time into. I was playing it a little bit today. I played with Ryu a little bit as well. I might play him too. So I think Mila's the one that I'm probably gonna play for some time. But whilst we wait for Emery to get here, I have got a series of questions that I want to ask him. Tom Brady and Perfect Legend. Well, Tom wants to do the podcast with PL, and Tom sent me a message last night and he said that he can't, something has come up. So we're going to put back doing that one, because that one was actually going to turn into a bigger one. I was going to have Tom, PL, Hoodless, Emery, and maybe some other people on from the DOA scene. I think there were some other players. I wanted to get Nunchaku on as well. Of course, someone who mains Marduk. Okay, bro, it translated over. What can I say? I saw the tackles. I saw the MMA. I was like, yeah, let me get Mila. Which will be the first time, yeah? The first time in the history of me playing fighting games. First time in the history of me playing fighting games that I have opted for a female character over a male character. Usually I'll go for boss characters and they tend to be male. This time, yeah, I've got to say, DOA, in my opinion, has some of... And I thought about this yesterday because someone asked me. And I think DOA, in my opinion, has some of the best female characters in fighting games. And I'm not just saying that because of the boobs, before anyone says anything. I'm saying that because I genuinely think their fighting styles are really good. Like, they're not over the top anime. They feel very like down to earth. They feel very like grounded. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually sitting down and learning her. I might actually ask some of these DOA legends for some help. Chicken Senpai, thank you for the $5. Can't wait for the next DOA stream. Gonna train hard. Yeah, man. We're gonna have plenty of DOA streams. I'm gonna try and get an exhibition going with some of the higher level players as well. When's DOA beach volleyball? Okay, so did you know what? I know you're saying that as a joke, but a lot of people have been messaging me saying, when are we playing the dating game, Mike? When are we playing the volleyball game? This is my stance on that, yeah? As a new person introduced to DOA, I don't think putting those games on stream does DOA any favors whatsoever. In my opinion, the more that the Venus game gets played or the beach volleyball game gets played, the less likely we are to see DOA7. Because everyone seems to be playing these dating simulators of DOA. I don't want to project that image of DOA, even though I like the... How can I say it? There's nothing wrong with a little bit of gooning, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. And inside the fighting game, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. That's fine by me. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, core values and this, that, and the other. No, it's fine. The costumes in DOA5, they're insane, but they're really good. They're very distracting. You know, it's one of those Dr. Umar moments, you know, we must stay focused at all times when you're playing that game. In the fighting game, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But I don't really want to... I don't want people to come to my channel and see me playing DOA like that, because I've played DOA now for about 3 days properly. And to me, DOA has got some of the best mechanics that I've ever played with in a fighting game. And I know some people are, you're new to it, Michael, you don't know, blah, 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 but DOA5's been out for so long, it's already been tested. The community already likes it. It's not a thing like Tekken 8 where we're in the feeling out process and we don't really know. We know DOA5's a good game, so I don't have to worry about it there. I just need to now get good at the game. So when I have DOA on the stream, I want people to see DOA the fighting game. I don't care if people want to pick their bra and knickers or whatever. I don't mind. That's part of DOA's identity. That's fine by me. And far be it from a straight male to complain about that. But I'm not playing the dating simulator game. So just to put that out there. As for City of the Wolves, I don't own it yet. I might pick it up. You know, King J put out some videos today that kind of convinced me. I was kind of put off by the celebrity inclusions, but it looks like the actual designs behind Cristiano Ronaldo and the DJ are pretty good. So maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know. I'm not sold yet. I mean, I've been really into DOA, so I don't really want to like divvy up my attention. Yeah, Alexis, Tom and Pio are going to be here next time because Tom had to work, so he couldn't get on. How you been, Mike? Thoughts on the Tekken emergency patch? Also, seriously love what you're doing, man. Keep up. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you. In terms of Tekken, man, they really soured me. Tekken pissed me off so much, yeah, that I went looking for a new game. Like, a lot of people like, what's he gonna grift into next? Well, joke's on you people now. You can't call me a bandwagoner for jumping on DOA. There's not actually a bandwagon to jump on, right? The train stopped moving a long time ago. I'm essentially playing a game that doesn't have a much of a following anymore. And I would know. I came from the Soul Calibur scene as well. There's not much going on over there, but we still play Soul Calibur 5. So I'm really enjoying DOA5. I don't think I'm going to stop playing it for City of the Wolves. And I really want to get good at the game because I watched Hoodless playing yesterday. And I was like, wow, man. Like, he really made it look so sick. So yeah, I'm going to invest my time in that. And, you know, I know my channel's not the biggest, but I would like to have some hand in, like, getting more people to jump back on. Because it's honestly such a good game. It's such a good game. When I started playing it, yeah, you know, in the command list menu, it says punch, 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 kick, kick, kick. I'm looking at it and I'm like, kind of looks like how arena fighters are laid out. So I'm there mashing away. And then I played somebody that knows what they're doing. You can't mash in this game. I've never seen a fighting game where you can mash less. This is like a masher's nightmare. Which to me, I was like, okay, I like this, you know. I want something that's difficult to learn. And make no mistake, don't look at that command list and think that DOA is easy to master. It's not. I think DOA is difficult with you. If someone knows what they're doing, I think DOA is going to be a difficult game to play. Do you plan on playing DOA 6? Well, everyone that I've spoken to the DOA community have told me not to. And I want to play the game that the most people can play because I like doing the community streams. And everybody's flocking to DOA5. DOA5's probably apparently got the better gameplay. It's got a bigger roster, or more of like the old school characters are in it. It's got, like, everything is well done on Last Round. You know, like, even for spectators, Last Round is done really well. It's also got tag mode. It's got a mode where me and you can fight 2 other people, you know, so we can actually do a proper 2v2. So I don't want to play DOA 6 because apparently it's the watered down DOA. I do want to play DOA 4 though. DOA 4 looks incredible. Like, I was watching some gameplay on it, and the stages are really, like, intriguing to me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. DOA5 Last Round. The only reason I have not picked up Virtua Fighter is because my PC is a pile of crap, and if I try to run Revo, then it's going to break my PC basically. So I'm waiting for Virtua Fighter 6 basically. But I am going to buy all of the DOA games. There's a pedo in the chat. What the fuck? Who? Oh, Perfection, sir. Fantastic. What do you want, Perfection? It's time for 490, Mike. I don't know, man. Upgrading your PC costs a lot. Don't know if I want to invest in that right now. I've got VF on my PS5, but the thing is that, like, nobody wants to play Ultimate Showdown. So everyone wants to play Revo, and it's only on PC. So don't really want to invest in a PC right now, you know. Rent is expensive enough. But yeah, my main games right now will be Rebirth of Souls and DOA5. I'll see with City of the Wolves. I'll see. A lot of people are trying to convince me to get it. I'm not sold yet. I'm not. It looks beautiful. It looks like it plays really well. I only played it for a very limited amount of time. So we'll see. Who am I playing in DOA5? Mila. Hey, what's going on, Gloku? Where was I yesterday? I was streaming DOA5, bro. I know you started streaming, but my stream ended up running over. I was trying to line it up so that it doesn't clash with your one. So yeah, I apologize for not being on Rebirth of Souls yesterday, bro. I am still playing though, in case anyone's like, oh, have I dropped the game? Definitely not. I picked up Toshiro and I find it quite fun. So next time you do Wanted, I'll definitely be there. It just unfortunately clashed because I got held up at the gym. I was trying to leave the gym and some guy started talking to me. It was a nice guy and I was like, ah, man. So I stood there talking to him and it ran over. You played Toshiro yesterday. How did you do? And I need to play your Byakuya because a couple people are saying that I won't be able to beat you. But I'm like, you know what? We'll get that game in, 100%. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. 3-3-3. Okay, that's pretty good. I was so pissed last week, Globeku, because we all won. We all had 6-1, but because what was his name? The guy that beat me, that went through. I was like, nah, man. I could have had him. I choked. I sold. Speaking of, we're gonna need the caller timer on screen. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna try and manage the people calling in a little bit better. I've already told Emery that when he gets here, we'll do. People will come on to asking questions. I know a lot of people have questions for him. My Byakuya went 2-3, so it's an improvement. Okay. Well, if you're free on the weekend, Globeku, maybe we can get some games in. Because I'm still using Cayenne. But yeah, Toshiro's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. Is Rebirth of Souls worth getting? Right, the problem with Rebirth of Souls, yeah, is that Rebirth of Souls as a fighting game is a fantastic idea. And I really do think it's got a ton of potential. But it doesn't have spectator and ranked, and I cannot get over that. I cannot get over that. It pisses me off so much because Rebirth of Souls is genuinely a great game. It's genuinely a fantastic fighting game. Like, I can't get enough of it. When people message me to play it, I'm never free on the weekend, but come through 30 minutes before, wanted next weekend. Alright, cool, no problem, bro. Definitely. We're in the same Discord anyway, so I'll message you. Yeah, it's such a good game. It's so good. Like, it's, in my opinion, as a fighting game, it's the best anime fighting game that we've gotten in ages. And that's including Sparking Zero. Problem is that Sparking Zero is a better product overall because Sparking Zero has ranked. It's got lobbies. There's shit to do with your friends. Rebirth of Souls, you're kind of there twiddling your thumbs half the time. So they do need to update it. Otherwise, the game's not going to last. It just won't last. Like, luckily, you know, I'm friends with Gloku and Biscuit, and I know QON, and there's people in my community that want to play it. But say you didn't have a community, and say your friends will play FIFA and Guitar Hero. You're shit out of luck. There's nothing that you can do. So I don't know if I can recommend it to people in good faith, but I love playing it. So if you're someone that's willing to wait for them to maybe give us ranked, then yeah, buy it. But there's no rank there. So as somebody that plays traditional fighting games who likes to, you know, grind for a rank, it's fucking painful. Am I in the UK? If you ever want to play some DOA5, hit me up. Hey, we're streaming DOA5 all the time, bro. So come through the streams, get some games in with the community. Is Guitar Hero still a thing? Yeah, Guitar Hero is still a thing. One of our local arcades, they've got Guitar Hero here, and we play it. I'm not very good at it. I was trying to play. What was it? What was I trying to play? It was a Motorhead song, I think. Bleach Rebirth of Souls is great. The only flaw is they aren't hitting the ground with DLC updates. I actually agree with ranked being withheld until everything gets nerfed. That's not why they Oh, sorry. T went down wrong there. That's not why they withheld it. Rank's not in the game because of incompetency. I do not believe that they were like, let's put the game out and let's iron out all the chinks and then give you ranked. That's not why they did it. They did it because, as usual, anime games always have a very, very good premise and a very good base, but there's always something that the developers do that ruins it. And they've done the same thing with Rebirth of Souls. And the problem is that there was no Bleach game for what, 13 years? Was it called Soul Resurrection? Bro, like you ain't got that big of a base. I know Bleach is one of the big three, but 13 years is a long time. Might have even been longer than that. So you can't just release a game with no ranked. Like, what kind of nonsense is that? And the worst thing is that the developers are Tamsoft. Tamsoft have done ranked before and they've done it well. So I was just, when I think it was Nechikage, he messaged me and he said, yeah, there's no ranks, bro. And Senju in Japan, it was like, yeah, I think it's true. I was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And then we got it and there's no ranked. So it breaks my heart. It really does, because it's such a good game, and they really, really dropped the ball. And if I could meet the Tamsoft developers, yeah, I'd shake their hands and be like, great game you put out. Explain this fumble. Explain it to me. Bleach wasn't created for people who want to compete in fight games. It was created for Bleach fans, so they didn't prioritize ranked and online features. Well, they should have just made an adventure game then. Why would you make a fighting game with this intricate system that we've never seen before? We've never seen anything like Bleach, like this Bleach fighting game. Closest thing you probably get is Dissidia. Why would you bother making a system like that and then going out of your way to design the characters in a unique way so everyone plays different? Even though it's simple to do combos, everyone has their own playstyle. Why would you bother doing that if you weren't going to make a proper fighting game and give it ranked? It makes no sense. Why didn't you just make a game like Shaolin Monks? Have Ichigo running around slashing things like a Dynasty Warriors game or something? It's the most backwards decision I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, makes no sense whatsoever. Now, where is this Emery? See, jump in a few. Oh, okay, he's just texted me. Yeah, he'll be here in a few. Am I going to play DOA6? No, I'm not. I'm going to stay on DOA5. Is there good offline content? The story mode's not bad. And the side missions are pretty good. But that's it. What, 25 hours you're clocking in? That's it. It's over after that. Thank God, like Globeku and Kuyon and Biscuit, they're doing their regular streams for it, where there's a good number of us that get together and play it. Because if it wasn't for those guys, then I don't know. I don't know what would happen. And I could stream it myself, which I do plan on doing, but I don't really have much of an anime community. They are the anime guys. So luckily we've got them. Because if we didn't have them, we'd be fucked. They really did screw the pooch. Anyways, guys, we've got a guest of honor here now, so I'm going to bring in Emery. Remember, guys, just before I bring Emery in, if you guys want to ask him questions, and you have any questions for DOA or any questions in general for him, after I've exhausted all of my questions and we finish talking, then I'll put it up on screen. Remember, you send me a message on Discord or on Twitter, okay? Discord or Twitter. I say that it's going to be in purple at the bottom of the screen for everyone to see before anyone asks in chat, okay? Alright, let me bring Emery in. Emery, can you hear me?
Yo.
How you doing, bro?
Alright, so listen, I'm not the greatest when it comes to like this kind of tech stuff. I have a guy who does this for me. So
Okay.
How do I sound right now, dude?
Yeah, you sound perfect.
Do I sound like kind of trash? If it's kind of trash, I might be able to fix it. If it's like really trash, I don't know if I can fix it.
No, you literally, it sounds like you're in the room.
Alright. Got that. We got that. All right. So let me try this. So I don't know if you know, but my computer broke, like my main computer, it like broke down on me. I started using my backup computer for a while, and like I just tried to plug everything back into this one after I fix it. So hopefully, one second, let me start this bitch. Wait, how do you feel about cursing and shit like that? Because
yeah, you can say whatever you want. I mean, don't use slurs because we're on Twitch. But
no,
if you wanna,
come on.
if you want to curse, by all means.
I curse a lot, bro. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, like I've gotten complaints that I curse too much. It's just what I do. I'm just gonna do that.
No, that's fine. That's cool.
All right. Are we visual here?
Yeah, we can see. I think your camera's cutting up a little bit, but there you
go. Hold on. No, you Gucci or what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of had to hurry up home and try to hurry up and get this done, dude. I'm like, everything is mad busy all the time. This is my first time using this. What is this? StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYards is like, it's mainly used for podcasts rather than Discord. So with StreamYards, I can bring up to like 10 people in here. I can get people's comments. Like if someone has a comment for you, like I can bring it up on screen like that. So
yo, what's up? What's going on, Yuki? Now, that's pretty sick, dude. Yo, you gotta send me this, dude. Listen, I'm an old man, bro. They call me a boomer now. Like I'm in the boomer realm of like the FGC now, and it's interesting because like I don't feel like I am, but like when I look at dude, I'll be looking at some of these fighting game players bio, bro, and it'd be like 16 sponsored by. I'm just like, bro, god damn, I'm old as hell, bro.
Wait, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Because you don't look old.
30. I'm 30. I turned 30.
Okay, so, I feel shit now because I'm 33.
Well, listen, so it's different because, like, you know, in gaming, like, in gaming terms, in the gaming world, especially the FGC, bro, like, the age-shaming thing, like, they love calling you an unk, they love saying you're crusty, love saying you're old, that's just the way it is, bro, it comes with the territory. But I'll still bust most people's ass, you know what I mean? So that's really just what it is. And it's just, at least in the games that I'm confident in, like, I'm not I'm not like nasty at like every 3D fighting game. I have like really, really great confidence in DOA. VF, I'm pretty confident in for different reasons because the games are similar. But
Yeah.
Tekken is the one, bro. Even compared to Soul Calibur, I swear, Tekken is the one that is just so far off to the other side of the room, bro. It's just so uncomparable to the other ones. It functions so weird to me.
Yeah.
But nah, the confidence is definitely still there in DOA. So I'm hoping that we can definitely break into that more and talk about that. But I
Yeah,
have a lot of
100%.
reasons why I think that we might be seeing like something in the future coming for DOA, and I'm sure that other people have paid attention to this stuff as well. But we'll get into all that. But what's up? What's good, guys? My name is Emery Reigns. I am a Dead or Alive content creator. I've been creating content for this game for. If you go to my YouTube channel, my first video was uploaded Yo, DM Smith, what's good, bro? My first video was uploaded in 2009. So
Yeah.
I've been doing this for a while now, and a lot of people they're like, oh yeah, like I've been making content for this game, not just this game specifically, but consistently throughout this amount of time I've been involved with this game. It's been a big part of my life. As you can see, I mean, in the background, I went to GameStop and grabbed the box out of the trash for DOA5 when it dropped. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they were trying to throw it in the trash. They have a rule where they can't give it to you. Like you actually have to. They have rules. I guess there's some kind of rule in place where they can't give it out to civilians, just people that are just standing there. So I went around the back and got that shit in my collection.
Oh, okay. Well, I actually
But,
I did some research on you before this,
Yeah.
and I know you've been on YouTube since 2009. You've accumulated like 12 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're massive on TikTok. You got like what 1.3 million followers,
Yeah, dude. TikTok's pretty big over there too.
and you've got about 10 million likes on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
You're big on Twitch. You got 8K followers. You've got 5 on Facebook, 8 on Twitter.
Yeah,
And like
Facebook.
you're not just a fighting game player, right? You're like a personal trainer and a musician. Is
Yeah.
there anything else that you're doing as well? Because when I was looking for your profile, I was like, right, this guy does everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, so the thing about me is that, like, I just really have fun with all this shit, bro. Like, for me, content creation, we all get into it. Like, that's the reason I of that.
Oh, Emery, your sound is gone. It sounds like you're underwater.
Um, well, mic test.
Yeah, that's better. You might have like accidentally hit something.
No, I don't know. Let me know if that happens again because I didn't do anything there, so I'm kind of worried about that. But if anything, if that does it again, I'll hook up my. I have another Bluey mic. It's the Blue, not the Yeti, but the other one, the Nano. I'll put that one in.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure that doesn't. You know what? Let me just double check my audio. Sorry, guys. Give me
No, it's all
a lot
good.
of this is trial and error, guys. You know what I mean? Like when you're that might actually fix it. Hold on. Okay. I think what it's doing is my computer's trying to read another microphone as my main mic, and I think that's what's going on there. Hold on. Okay, cool. Have I had any more problems since the last couple minutes I've been talking? Or
No, you're good.
awesome. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. So it's just like with content creation, man. Like I do a lot of different stuff. Like it's not just gaming, and there'll be times where I have to shift my focus more to one thing. And obviously I'm a father. I have a daughter and stuff like that too, so I have to be there. It's a lot of being a lot of places at once, but time management is really important. Like, dude, if you'll see that I'll stream like. I haven't streamed in God, it's been like a week now, but like it's like an hour or two. Like that's all I have. I don't have time to get on a lab and keep up with the latest tech and stuff. I'm a very visual learner, and because of that, like that's one of my skills as a fighting game player. Like people always wonder, like, dude, how the hell is Emery getting on this game and busting my ass? I've been playing this shit for a month. Dude hasn't even touched this game, and it's just because of my ability to problem solve. And like obviously like that stuff applies to fighting games. Like it really does, dude. Like even like Sonifox, bro, coming up and that guy was playing fighting games. Like he actually was playing Virtua Fighter coming up as well in tournaments. Like you can clearly see that this kid possessed something. Like they had something that was just special about the way they apply themselves to fighting games. And a lot of times, bro, people will literally play fighting games and not even realize what they're doing wrong because they don't have the problem solving abilities to understand what is going on. Like people truly will get hit by something 10 times in a row. They will. Like they will do that shit. Like then you have the people that will not get hit by something 10 times in a row, but they don't have the mindset to understand how to break that down fully. And DOA, that's the best thing about DOA because that's how the whole game functions. Like DOA is so sick because it's one of the only games in the world that when you're on defense, you feel like you have a million options, but the person on offense always has more options than you. But somehow, bro, when you're on offense, it seems like when you're fighting a really good opponent, it seems like nothing you're doing is working, but you have so many tools to be able to stop what they're doing. And a lot of it is self-applied. That's the thing about DOA Virtua Fighter. Games like Tekken, unfortunately, right now, and it's weird because Tekken has never been like this until now, in my opinion. It's never been like this, but you don't even have to apply yourself to Tekken to be good at it. You have to just play the game, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Whereas games like Virtua Fighter, there are no mechanics in Virtua Fighter that are going to help you do that. Everything you do, from evading to evade canceling, fuzzy guarding, everything is self-done. People are lazy, and these fucking fighting games are allowing people to be lazy. So of course they're getting into Virtua Fighter and get fucking clapped. And I'm not saying that Virtua Fighter is the greatest game in the world. Like, people have this misconception that I think the VF is like fucking. It's not that. It's just, when you look at the game for what it is a fighting game at its core, and it functions like one. It's not a fucking RPG, okay? There's no reason why Clive should be throwing fucking grenades, fucking bombs, and skulls across the map at me in a 3D fighting game, and I can't do anything like that, you know what I mean? But you will not experience that in Virtua Fighter. And for the most part, DOA, there's some weird jank shit in DOA, but it just really bugs the shit out of me that I feel like in games like Tekken these days, unfortunately, and it was never like this before. I love Tekken, bro. People really just think that I fucking hate Tekken. It's not like that. Tekken 8 is just ass. It's just not a good fighting game.
The thing is,
person
bro,
who's been around for years, bro, the game is ass, you know?
I think they do a lot of revisionism, because like I've been like told that I'm a hater of Tekken now as well, which is not true, because I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 1, and I've always loved Tekken, but Tekken's changed so much. But you mentioned something just now about DOA, and I'm new to DOA, you know, I'm very fascinated by the game now. And one thing that I've picked up on is that I feel like if I started playing DOA first, I might have been a better fighting game player overall, because I've never seen a game that punishes you more for button mashing. Like, I played I think it was Nunchaku and Hoodless, and I went through the command list and I saw punch, and it kind of reminded me of like an arena fight at first. So I was like, I'll cook this guy,
just
it'll be fine.
Just punch,
and he just grabbed my arm and he threw me across the stage, and I was like, okay, cool. Let me try something else. And everything I did, he read me, and I was like, okay, cool. This is the kind of game where you cannot be like monotone. You have to break your patterns, and I thought it was really, really cool. So, do you think that helped you become a better fighting game player?
Absolutely. Because if you think about it, like, I'm trying to tell, like, DOA, the way the game is, bro, it's so much deeper than just like, so with Tekken, that game rewards legacy knowledge in a different way, because that game is truly, how long, before Tekken 8 at least, how long are you willing to spend sitting here trying to figure out how to step this character and do this shit? If you have the ability to do that, if you desire to do that, if that's in you, you can be pretty good at Tekken. Like, bro, think about it. In Tekken 7, you really had to know how to move in that game for real. Like, I'm not saying movement doesn't matter anymore, but bro, when you got shit flying across the map at you that's got crazy hitboxes on it, it's kind of just like, this would never have happened before, you know what I'm saying? So it's like legacy knowledge doesn't really transfer the same over to Tekken 8. But like, looking back at, like, I used to watch drill stuff on YouTube for like Tekken, how to get better at throw break and movement and stuff like that. Like, dude, it was very specific. In DOA, up until 6, and we'll get into that later on, but up until 6, DOA was like the same exact thing. Like, it wasn't like matchup specific to the sense of like you had to know which way to step, because the side step is kind of universal in that game. But it's more so specific, like, you have to understand the tools that these characters have and why they're really bad to get hit by. But on the other side of it, there's like 10 other options you don't want to get hit by. So in a way, there's always a guessing game in place, but it's more so you're making a strategic guess. But sometimes, bro, it's going to be crazy, because if you think about it, if you get stunned in DOA, if you go to hold high or one of the mids, because there's mid kick and mid punch, and then there's low, you have a chance of guessing correctly every single time out of every single situation. There's nothing guaranteed, unless, like, DOA5 has a situation where you can get hit in the back and you can't do anything about that. But DOA6, they really did away with that. There's not really a lot of guaranteed damage in the game. They wanted people to kind of be able to get out of everything. DOA5, bro, was more so in the sense of like Tekken 7, where it's like, if you didn't know that you had to stagger escape this specific setup, like, someone's just going to abuse you because of that. Like, you can literally lose to just not having that legacy knowledge. It's just completely different in that game. You know what I mean? But what I will say is that trying to play Tekken 8 has always been frustrating, because I knew from right off the rip, I'm like, all right, so this game is actually very little to do with your fundamentals and your knowledge of the game, and more so to do with how corny are you trying to be. Like, bro, like, what's stopping you from just starting around and going in the heat? Like, people hate heat, but what's stopping you from just starting around and doing that shit? You can just start the round in a super. I just think that that's very odd to me from a game that was so heavily based on movement and fundamentals and character knowledge and player knowledge before. But now it's just like, really, bro, if somebody goes in the heat, they're like fucking Super Saiyan, like Goku, bro. It's insane. And the whole game just turns into this crazy mash fest of a fighting game that was never this way before. And listen, games have to change over time. But even DOA6, bro, didn't even go that far in the other direction. So it's just like, even when I get on DOA6, I can still apply that fundamental knowledge that makes me a good DOA player to that game. But I swear, bro, Tekken 7 to Tekken 8, bro, you are not going to do anything like that. You know, so I will say that definitely, bro, being a DOA player, especially because of the way the game functions and how you have to have the right mindset, like, you have to be willing to do something 10 times in a row to beat somebody sometimes. And it's scary in a game like DOA, bro, because if somebody grabs you when you hold, like if Hayabusa gets a hold of you, like one hold, like think about that. You can hold all you want, but if he guesses one hold, and he has a low throw with Zuna too, bro, it does like 55%. One more hold and you're dead, and you're gonna get stunned. You know what I'm saying? So the game is so sick, and we'll break that down more when we get into that. But yeah, 100%, bro. It definitely makes me a better fighting game player because the game is very difficult too. Like, don't get caught up on the titties, bro. If there's some nasty
it's just hard not
DOA
to.
players under, bro, listen. There's some nasty fucking DOA players out there that will body me. Like, I'm great at the game. Listen, I'm good. So there's this weird gap in fighting games, and I know that if there's people in the chat watching this that are competitors or that follow fighting games or even sports, it's the same thing. So because I was never willing to truly commit myself fully to being just a lab rat and a monster in DOA, I was always doing other shit, like getting ready for the police academy. You know what I'm saying? Like even when DOA6 came out, I wasn't competing much, but like I had my kid around that time. Like, dude, every single, like, there was no way for me to fully dive into something. Like, it was always something I had to do. But it's just like, I always knew if I had the ability, I could probably get to that next level. But dude, to get to that next level, you have to be willing to put in a fucking grind that like only like 10 players were willing to do, bro. There's players in Japan like Logica, Terror Rock. These guys were nasty, bro. Like, they were willing to put that time. And you got Hoodless, Caliber Blades, Quiggle. Like, you got those guys that were willing to put those hours and time in to figure out every single situation in the game. And then you have people like me that was like, all right, well, I'm going to kind of put that work in, but not do as much and see if I can get there. And I got to that level, bro. So in fighting games, for me, if we're talking about the upper echelon, you got top, right? Like top in Tekken, you got like Arslan Ash. You got like, you got Knee, obviously, like the people that we know are just up there that are just nasty. Then there's some players that fall in this weird category of not being like a top guy, but they can be the top guy, but they're just not consistently doing it. In DOA, I kind of fell in this category where it was like, all right, I wasn't like one of the best in the world. Like, and that's another thing too. I'm very honest about my skill in the game. For some reason, I've heard people talking shit like, oh, Emery thinks. I've never said that. I know I'm nasty. You're not going to tell me I'm not one of the best players in the world. You're never going to fucking do that because I will clap your shit. If you are not one of the best players in the world, I will clap your shit. And it's been like that for decades. I've done it. I backflipped in my room, motherfuckers that thought they were good. I haven't played the game in years, and I'm still busting your ass because you haven't broken through the fucking mold of what it is to be a good fighting game player. And there is something there, bro, where I swear you'll hit a motherfucker with something 10 times. And on the 11th time, you might try to mix them up and they'll fucking get hit again. I swear, bro, there's just something about the way people they don't access this part of the mind where it's like, yo, that actually hit me 10 times. Maybe I should block this fucking time. Seriously. Most people, bro, they just go into the lab and learn combos and watch their favorite players play and not understand there's a foundation there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's 10,000, there's thousands of amazing, you know, there's like Street Fighter's crazy, bro. You might go to a local and go 0-2 against like a 6-year-old. Like, Street Fighter's crazy, bro. A lot of people play that game. Like, think about the skill gap in that game. So imagine when you're looking at a guy like Punk play and it's like, yo, what is making this dude he's getting hit just like me. He's mashing just like me, but what is making him get to that next level, bro? I'm telling you, there's just something there, something about the way people move and something about the way they're applying themselves to the game. One little thing, bro. Just being a little more cocky as a player and just being like, I'm going to disrespect the shit out of this every single time until you make me stop. But then as soon as the time comes for the mix-up, they're just on your ass, bro. And it's just like, that's what really truly gets you to that level. And unfortunately in DOA, it's scary because getting past that level in DOA is so fucked up, bro. Because imagine, before I end my point, imagine you've been fighting this motherfucker online. Now DOA is nasty because there will be because bro, there was a point, I don't know if people noticed, there was a point, bro, where we were pulling 150, 160 man majors. Like, that doesn't sound like a lot, but bro, there ain't 160 man DOA majors anymore. You know what I'm saying? But bro, there was, and imagine 156 of them were fucking gross. They all had wall setups. They all had unholdables. They all had stagger escapes. They all had massive experience. Like, there was a time, bro, and even to this day, you'll get on in both DOA games on console. There's like 10 lobbies up in both games for a game that's really fucking dead. If we're going to call it what it is, it's really dead. Like, the content creators who do our best to keep it alive, but with no developer support in years, the game is fucking dead. There's nothing there, bro. Like, everything that you see on this game, whether it's community done, any tournaments or events, is all done by the community. Every single time, everything. And that's something that happens to a lot of communities, like Soul Calibur. They got their guys that do stuff. And it's unfortunate because, bro, DOA is so sick, and people would say that it was like the community's fault. And how is it our fault that a game, come on. How is it
why did they blame the community?
Game? Well, listen, so as a content creator, bro, when there's only like 5 of us, okay, and I was one of the biggest DOA content creators, that's what it is. When there's only like 5 of us, you gotta understand that people are gonna try to blame whoever the fuck is just. Whenever you can look up DOA6 and you see a light-skinned motherfucker on there talking shit about the game, they're gonna get on there and start blaming you for it. That's just the way it is. They don't have like a bunch of knees like in Tekken where there's 1,000 people doing what I'm doing. We got like 6 people, so it's easy to just, all right, let's pick this like some motherfucker here and just start talking shit on videos. People like you, like, get off my dick. All right, like, it's not people like me. I didn't create the game. I didn't make the game. I didn't put any ideas in the game. I didn't do any of this. So if you're gonna tell me that a product is bad, it was bad. Okay, it's a bad product because you have to, when you're talking about a product, you have to compare it to the ones before it. DOA5 was a fucking full goddamn package of a game, bro. One of the best fighting games ever made. Tutorial in the game before it was cool. Okay, before motherfuckers was even charging for it, it was in the game. Okay, on DOA Dimensions on the fucking 3DS, it was in the game. So if you wanted to know anything you wanted to know about DOA, it was right there at all times, all the time. They've always been ahead of the game when it comes to training and stuff like that. Excuse me.
I want to ask you about like your background in DOA, because I watched your documentary that you did about a year ago, and you said that you started on someone brought DOA to your house, but you actually had DOA 1 and you had to wait sort of to like get back to DOA 2, and then 3 came out. So back, like, what was it about that when you were a kid? Because you were already playing fighting games at that point, like you were already aware of Tekken. What was it about DOA that really like pulled you in and you stuck around for all these years?
Right. So like, you know, growing up, dude, like when you're first, and I'm sure a lot of people have gotten to fighting games the same way. Like when you're growing up, there's something about fighting games that just draw you to them. Just like the fact when you find out that you can launch somebody and then continue a combo and they're just floating in the air. There was something about that I just thought was so fucking cool. But Tekken had the ability to do that more. Like juggles were not huge in the older DOA games, especially DOA 1, bro. Like there was, the combos were kind of like, it wasn't visually appealing, if you understand what I'm saying. Like if you look at Tekken, when you juggle a character, they usually have the same kind of slump that they've had in the air. If you look at bro, since Tekken 1, that falling animation in the air has been there since day one. They've never had to touch it because it looks really great. There was something about, so what was, you know, I played Tekken 3 first because Tekken 3 was on the PS1. That's the earliest memory that I have of playing a fighting game. Because what was Tekken 3, 98?
Yeah, it was
so I was 4 years old. Right, so yeah, so I was about 4 or 5 years old or whatever. And bro, Tekken 3 was just, you couldn't fuck with that game. Like it was just too sick. Now, we had Tekken 3. We didn't have DOA in the house because like nobody had knew about it. Like it wasn't until later on that we found out DOA was a thing. But we had a homie. He actually is in the community still. His name is Philosopher. He actually still goes to tournaments. I think he's playing Street Fighter or something now. But dude, if it wasn't for this dude, I would have never played DOA. My whole family would have never played DOA. So he had a Dreamcast. So like, you know, back in the day before there was internet and stuff like that, like you would go to your friend's house to play games and you would get put onto a lot of weird ass, interesting, cool games like that. Like I played Power Stone for the first time at somebody's house. I didn't know what the fuck that was, but bro, childhood memories of Power Stone, throwing chairs across the fucking room. Like it sucks because we don't really have that connection anymore with people. I feel like anymore. You know what I mean, everything is done online. You look at
the internet took
over. All just they got fucking VR headsets on, just fucking sitting there like robots. It's like, what happened to going over and fucking spiking the controller at the wall and cussing your friend out after you bust your ass? You know what I mean? Like that shit doesn't happen anymore, and that's why everybody's so fucking soft. But anyways, dude, I started playing DOA 2. I went over his house and he's playing DOA 2. Like, bro, you have to understand how this game looked when all we had seen is Tekken 3, bro. Like we went over and the DOA 2 shit looked insane, bro. Like the character models were crazy. There was sun rays and shit in the game. Like you could just visually see that the water effects, bro. If you go and turn on DOA 2 to this day on the Dreamcast, that game looks so fucking good, bro. It
did look ahead of its time. When I watched it in your documentary, I was like, wow, because I'm still new to it. I looked at DOA 1, then I looked at DOA 2, and I was like, wow, that is like a night and day difference.
Right. Yep. And the thing about DOA, there was a point where every single game that came out on a new console was such a huge, drastic difference. Like, bro, if you look at like DOA 1 directly to DOA 2, directly to DOA 3, directly to DOA 4, that shit looks crazy. Graphically, it's one of the only fighting games. Not saying that Tekken hasn't done that as well, but for a while there, bro, it seemed like Tekken's graphics were not struggling, but it just seemed like they took a while to kind of establish what they really wanted Tekken to look like because Tekken, like the character models for me, like the faces started to look really different in every single game. DOA was kind of always consistent with that, and they just kind of built off of what they had. Bro, like DOA 3 when it dropped on the Xbox, the original Xbox, bro, that shit, I read an article talking about how many resources it took them to get that game. Like, bro, that game used the maximum resources available for that console, and I think it was like a launch title or some shit like that for the original Xbox. So Itagaki was always pushing the fucking boundaries past where they could go. Very expensive to do stuff like that. But like, I don't know, bro. It was just something about the way the game moves. The countering is what caught me. Because you know, like I'm pretty sure in Tekken 3, like Paul could do his little counter and stuff, but bro, we were button mashing, we didn't know any of that shit. But anybody could hit back and X. As soon as we could figure out you could hit back and X and counter a mid punch and like stop somebody from just doing punches to you, nah, that was it, bro, because there was no other game doing that. Like, it was fucking sick. And the animations, bro, go and look at a compilation of DOA2, like, tag throw combos and stuff. Like, bro, they were getting slammed on their faces. Like Bass was, like, picking people up by their legs and slamming them on their fucking faces on the ground, like, in 2000. Like, there was no other games doing that. The only reason why I did like Tekken still kind of on that same level is because Tekken, the animations in that game, bro, Tekken 3, the animations were so good, and the frame rate on the original PlayStation, bro, was so smooth. Tekken 3, it was, I don't know, bro. Tekken 3 was just godlike. It's hard for me to really say what game was like my favorite, but I mean, obviously, I have a bias to DOA, so
yeah.
Tekken 3 was pretty fire.
I wanted to see if you agree with this, like, because I'm new to DOA. One of the things I hate about Tekken 8 is that as Tekken has gone on, they seem to move away from like conventional martial arts, and it's gone more into like the anime route, and it feels very Shonen Jump. And I'm a big fan of like Shaw Brothers films and like the old 70s and 80s martial arts stuff.
Okay.
So when I looked at DOA and I looked at the holds and the counters and everything, I was like, this feels more like I'm watching like 36th Chamber or something.
Yeah.
Would you like recommend DOA to people that are looking for a more grounded martial arts game?
I'm gonna recommend DOA to anybody at any point in time because it's just my shit. But especially for martial arts, like they've always like DOA6, bro. They started getting a little odd. Some of the animations started to look a little weird at times. If you guys have played DOA6 or if you are looking the game up now, or if you're going to after you watch this, yeah, DOA6, like some of the new characters, you can tell even with like Tekken 8, like you can tell when something ain't quite looking right. Like some of those animations they added in new season 2 look like some shit that I could do outside of my backyard. Like,
yeah.
And I've never seen animations like that before. Like for the first time in my life, I just drank the seltzer. For the first time in my life, bro, I started to see animations in Tekken that looked like I could have did them shit on my computer myself. Like it looked like the modders took over and they started putting modded moves in the game. And like DOA started to do that with DOA6 a little bit. Like Nico, a lot of her shit doesn't really look lifelike. But if you look, even Tekken has this. Like Tekken, the animations have carried over from game to game to game. Like for the most part, like Kazuya's Hell Sweep, like certain very iconic animations have kind of always had that same animation. Even the electric, you know what I mean? It has always kind of had that same look. That some of the jabs look the same. DOA, it has that same thing. Like there's certain animations in the game that have been there since day one. Like Hayabusa's standing kick, he's had that same standing kick in every single version of DOA he's ever been. It's got the same animation where he curls his leg at the end. Like when you see certain stuff like that, I think that it really brings out the identity, like in that game especially. But DOA, as far as like traditional martial arts, you got to remember there's a lot of ninjutsu and shit in that game. So like. I haven't studied it. I'm a fucking kind of a ninja in real life, but bro, I don't know if motherfuckers were disappearing in one point casting spells. Like, I don't know if they were really doing that. Like, I wasn't like, bro, if motherfuckers was teleporting away and shit. Like, I don't know if really ninjutsu was really built like that. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of over the top shit in DOA. But as far as there is a lot of great traditional martial arts stuff in the game. However, if I'm gonna make a recommendation, you guys know I'm going with this. I mean, Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter, traditional martial arts. Like, bro, that's one of the only games that has a ninja in it. And I can do all this shit outside that he's doing in real life, like in the game, because that's the way the game was designed in mind. Like, there's a reason why Kagemaru looks like it's just some random dude dressed up in a blue suit, because he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really is a ninja. Like, that's what it would look like if a ninja was going to fight. That's why it doesn't look over the top. But people don't like traditional. You do, you know what I'm saying? But remember, we're catering to like 16, 18-year-old people that are growing up now in this age of like crazy animations and AI and stuff like that. And I'm seeing AI fights now, bro. I was watching this fight for 20 minutes the other day and didn't realize it was all AI.
Yeah,
it took some weird shit to pop up on the screen, brother. It's looking crazy now. So Virtua Fighter is that game, and especially the new one. If you guys have seen what they're showing with that new one, come on, bro. That shit's gonna be like it's gonna be like a Jet Li film, bro. That game's gonna be fucking badass, bro.
That video that clip they showed of Akira fighting himself, though, that I came to find out that wasn't actually like in game. It was based off of Benny the Jet versus Jackie Chan. It was actually like ripped from the movie.
Dude, I saw that they did a comparison.
Yeah.
Like move for move, bro. Like it was exactly the same. Why did I forget about that? I was supposed to make a video on that and I got really busy, bro. I forgot all about that. That's
Yeah,
crazy. What did you
but
say about
I'm assuming that's what they're going for. It's probably not going to look exactly like that because it was too fluid. If they did pull that off, that would be a dream come true for me. But
it? Yeah.
I was a bit like, why didn't they say anything? Because YouTubers had to go and discover that themselves, and obviously people that play fighting
Right.
games are going to clock on. Wait, that's Benny the Jet and Jackie Chan. So
Yeah. Unfortunately, like you've probably seen a lot of martial arts, and like you can tell that there's something not natural about that clip. I mean, like everybody
hmm
can look at it and tell that there's some kind of pre-rendered shit going on there. The game, unfortunately, I'm not trying to speak too soon, but there's no way that the game can function that way. It's just not. We're not two people fighting on the screen. You can't make it like that. It's a video game. And how is that going to function competitively? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so I don't think that's going to happen. I think it was a really cool, like really, really, really cool, like weird AI gameplay kind of tech video or something. But I don't think the game is going to function like that. But I mean, I think that in terms of it's going to be Virtual Fighter, and you got to remember the Yakuza team is helping with this shit. They're not going
yeah.
to fuck this up. They're
They
not
never
gonna fuck it
miss.
up. Come on, bro. They're watching, and I'm listen, guys. I like Tekken. All right, I got every Tekken game. I'm gonna bring them up. I have every fucking Tekken game. I like Tekken, okay? But they're watching what they're doing right now, and they're gonna go the other way, brother.
I
Like,
really, really hope so. That would
like,
be
bro,
amazing.
they're just sitting up there like, damn, these brothers is getting cooked right now. yo, we put that shit in our game too. Take that shit out, like, bro. I'm telling you, they're just watching, and they got all the time in the world. They got
I
all the time
really
in the
hope
world,
so.
bro.
I wanted you to answer this. It's not one of my questions. It's not a question actually, but
Yeah.
there was a comment that came in just now. It said DOA has too many palette swaps. Now, when I've probably played DOA for a short amount of time, I don't feel like anyone in there's a palette swap. I think like Alpha 152 or 153, I
Yeah.
can't remember what her name is. I can see she's got some people's moves and there's some other characters that
Yeah.
have, but I didn't see a lot of palette swaps in DOA
No.
5.
So unfortunately, and I'm not. This is not me shit talking, but that's just ignorance. Like right there, like that's not how that works. If you're gonna say that, how the fuck do you have all these characters with hell sweeps and electrics? I mean, come on, fucking palette swap. Like, come on, bro.
hmm
It's the same thing in DOA. Phase 4 is not Kasumi. Like, Kasumi is not Alpha. Like, none of them. Alpha has no wake up kick. Okay, she literally has to block or parry on wake up. She cannot wake up kick you. So automatically, she cannot be compared. She's mega lightweight. Like, if you launch Alpha, she's dead. Like you can't even compare that character. Phase 4 is very, very, very unsafe. Very fucking unsafe, bro. They made her kind of safer towards the end of DOA6, but she's very unsafe in her execution. Everything you do with her on hit or on block is a just frame.
Yeah.
Kasumi is the mashy character. Like, she's the one that is just not like the other ones, and she's very safe and she's corny. So no, there's no palette swap. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, because when I played it, I didn't get that feeling. But
No.
I wanted to ask you, since I've been playing DOA, a lot of people have said to me, and I think I heard you say this as well, that DOA 4 is like peak DOA. What is it
Yeah.
about DOA 4 that makes it a cut above the rest?
So, listen, I was coming up in this time. So I've been in the DOA community for a long time. I was on there back in DOA Central, like way back in day, like 2007. I was just a kid. I was like a squeaker and shit. So like I was just on the forums or whatever. But DOA 2U was the first online DOA in 2004. I wasn't around at that time. We had gotten to 360 the year after. So we had gotten DOA 4 like 2006 around that time. So I started playing DOA 4 online since 2006. So technically, I guess competitively, I started around that time. But excuse me, DOA 4, to make it clear, that game mechanically was buns. Like, it just wasn't a great game mechanically. But you got to remember, this was a different time in life, okay? At the time, there wasn't really any other fighting games that came out, Dude, people, you'll be surprised. Like, DOA 4 was peak in different ways rather than just being peak DOA. It's peak DOA for, like, all of the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because mechanically, the game was bonsai tree. It was ass. Like, it was buns. It was terrible. So, like, people were able to get away with certain stuff that, like, you can't at all anymore. So when they take something out of the game that's actually mechanically bad, so in DOA 4, like, you could do this thing called low hold spam, and holds recovered way quicker. So you can get hit by something and pop out of a stun, and the next thing they do, if it doesn't recover in time, you're actually negative or have to deal with that all the time. In DOA now, they made it so that holds recover a lot slower. So if somebody starts to pop out of a hold, you can finish and look at your dumb ass like, bro, why do you keep low holding? Just grip them up. You know what I mean? They made it like that. So that's one of the things that they really changed about the game. And if you look at old school DOA, bro, you will notice that, like, all the low, like all the fucking low holds. It's kind of in a different context, applying kind of like what a 2P, like low jab. People hate low jabs in VF, but it's kind of like always having that person that's always just trying to fucking get out of what you're doing instead of just being a man and fucking getting hit. That's how we feel on offense, like, but on defense, we're all doing the same shit too. You know what I mean? So the game was kind of scrubby in ways like that. There was also no ability for you to really defend yourself sometimes because you were put in this in PL and Tom. These guys are like the veterans when it comes to this, but just to scratch on the surface a little bit, I kind of want to stick to my time. But going back to me coming up as a player, watching, you got to remember, DOA5 was on national television for a championship gaming series. Before that, they had CGI. So you got to remember, bro, DOA was really, really, really big at one point. And I'm not saying it was because there was nothing else around at the time, and that's the reason why, but there wasn't anything else around at the time. So when CGS came out, like DOA4 was like the only game on that current generation. They're not going to put something on TV, and they had Project Gotham on there. They were playing like some version of Counter-Strike. So it was way back in that time period, but DOA4 was just really big around that time because of that. So you had people from all over trying to get a piece of the DOA4 pie, bro. Justin Wong competed in DOA4. A lot of people don't know that. Gamer B has competed in DOA before. Itabashi Zengi, all these guys, bro. There's guys people don't know. These people know how to play Dead or Alive. They have competed. I'm pretty sure Justin Wong competed at Evo for the game. Like Tom Brady, he's a well-known MK player now, personality, whatever, but he is a DOA player as well. So there's Sonic Fox as well. Like, you know, you got Caliber Blades. He's really good at like anime games now. He plays those, but that dude, Caliber Blades, is one of the most gifted fighting game players I've ever met. Like he's actually one of Sonic Fox's like training partners when certain DOA games come out, or 2D games, animation games, and he's actually good at NRS games too. So people in the chat, if you guys follow DOA, you guys know Caliber Blades, like very, very, very talented dude. He's good at like fucking mad games. But I mean, yeah, dude, it's just the thing about DOA that sucks is that it's such a deep game, bro, and it's so good. And it sucks because it just gets a bad rep for so many reasons that don't make any logical sense to me. Like instead of just could you
talk about those a little bit? Because I've been messaged, not directly messaged, but I've had tweets left saying, "Why are you playing DOA? Why are you playing that game?" And I'm like, well, because I like it, you know, like this. And it's not like I'm jumping on a bandwagon. There's no real wagon to jump on right now. It's just a good game. And I've been told by people in some of my group chats, you know, that don't play that game. It's not worth your time. Could you talk about some of the things that you might have experienced in the FGC with regards to people putting DOA down or like trying to treat it as like the other 3D game?
Yeah. Well, it sucks because like when you're going to the tournament, we got 150-man majors, and like you see your pool and it's like, bro, I really got like people in my pool that like have been busting my ass all week online, but that can't stop me from going to the tournament. It's like it's the same fucking thing as going to the tournament and having me in your pool. Like having Caliber Blades on my side of the pool, I have to beat pound for pound one of the best players in the world just to get to the winner side of my pool and have to hope I don't deal with this motherfucker again. Like, bro, it's a nightmare. Like people don't understand what that's like. So like if it was a bigger pool of players and there was more Caliber Blades running around, then he might be able to take him out and I might be able to beat the weak one. There's none of that. Like you're going to fight the best Caliber Blades every single time, and there's nothing you can do about to get out of pools. And it sucks because putting that time in to try to become a better player and to get there, we had to put the same amount of time into our game that Tekken players have to put into theirs. It just was always overshadowed because it's like DOA's only got 150 entrants, you know what I'm saying? Tekken got like, well, Tekken Tag 2, we wasn't really struggling too much dealing with Tekken Tag 2 because people really weren't playing that game towards the end. I think in Atlanta it was still really popular, but down here, bro, like biggie events, from my knowledge, it wasn't like crazy like it is now. Like, bro, Tekken is crazy now; it's everywhere. But like being in the same room with people and still feeling like you're not getting that respect, like people taking our monitors, it's just DOA taking our fucking chairs, like. Don't take the fucking monitors off the setup, bro. We're playing pools matches. What the fuck are you doing right now? Like dealing with shit like that, and it's like I'm one of the nastiest motherfuckers in this room. You just took my monitor, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a Tekken player, so it's like you got to deal with shit like that as a content creator. Because I wasn't just a competitor; I was in this weird realm of I wanted to be a content creator, I wanted to be a competitor, and I also wanted to do fitness stuff. And I was going to the academy, so a lot of stuff was going on. I wanted to be in all these different places at once. It just always hurt because not just me, but there's other players, bro. Like, dude, anybody in the chat that has traveled to events, like, you know what it's like to put up your own dollar and your own money to go to a fucking video game event. Like, you know what that's like. So it's like to get there and just to not get treated like everyone else just because your game is not as popular. We're paying the same entry fee. We're paying the same badge fees, like the same thing. That has always sucked. Getting treated like shit by like event officials. We're not getting into names and shit, but getting treated like the other guys by like event officials and shit like that. Like we don't matter. That has been a big thing. We be in the hottest ballroom in the fucking building, sweating our asses off. You know what I'm saying? But they put our asses in there with Dance Dance Revolution tournaments, bro. Like that's what they was doing to us. Like it sucked, bro. Like, and we were nasty at this fucking game. Like there was a time where it was on the Evo main stage, and we might have saw that again if it wasn't for the whole fucking Evo Japan shit that happened. But yeah, nah, dude, it sucked. And as a content creator, you got to remember, I've been doing this since 2009. Now, I'm not arrogant when it comes to stuff that people think I'm arrogant about. Like, I like to keep facts, because the best way to go through life is to keep facts. Don't be talking shit that ain't real. I'm one of the most well-known DOA content creators. That's just what it is. So when I say that, I'm not talking shit. It's just what it is. So still feeling like I personally, one of my personal gripes is that I know that I kind of have the personality and like the drive and the skill and the passion to kind of be on a bigger scale as a fighting game content creator. But DOA, unfortunately, like, dude, I did a backflip at a tournament. Like, I'm not saying that no one else can do that, bro. There's plenty of people in the world, plenty of people in the fighting game community that can do backflips. It's not about that. It's just in 2018 at this DOA tournament that I got second place at a major, I popped off on a dude that was talking shit for mad months online. He thought it was going to be sweet when I saw him. I didn't dunk him out of his chair for talking shit. I said, I'm a backflip on his ass. That's what I'm going to do, because he's never going to forget this. I was talking shit to this dude for mad. Each round I was talking mad shit to everybody for mad long. Laggy as hell, bro. Playing DOA from the fucking library and Wi-Fi and shit, talking mad shit in rank match. And it was just one of those things that he was talking mad shit online. And I busted his ass in the tournament. I told him I was going to bust his ass. I have the whole video up on YouTube talking about it. But that's pretty much what the backstory is with that. And it sucks because I'm like, yo, this moment, if it was in Tekken or any game of notoriety, that shit would be in all the pop-off compilations and all that. Like there's pop-off compilations of dudes just standing in each other's faces saying shit. I'm like, bro, I did a whole backflip. And I started breakdancing. But it's just, it's because of the game I did it in. I'm not talking shit. People can be like, oh, why does you think it's a special moment? No, it's what it is. If a motherfucker does a backflip now, it's going to end up on one of these famous fucking pages on Twitter that's popping up. Oh, fighting game player does backflip. Like, that's just what it is, bro. So DOA, I'm not saying it has held me back or anything, because I'm very thankful for being where I am. But definitely the size of the game has affected a lot of, not just me, but a lot of other creators, you know?
Well, since you brought up the backflip now, is there a chance that you can do the backflip again? Do you still have it in you?
Bro, you know what's crazy is that, like, I've been flipping. So I turned 30, and I'm like, yo, I really want to always maintain, because I really believe in, like, balance. Like, that's why I'm not saying that's why I'm not the nastiest fighting game player. Chances are, if I grind on my ass off, I'm not saying I would be one of the best, but if I had more time than I did, I would definitely be better than I am at fighting games. I just don't have any time, like an hour, 2 hours a week, bro. That's not going to cut it. You know what I'm saying? I got to come in with my sheer, I'm going to bust your ass as much as I can. And if I get clapped, it is what it is. But I'm okay with that, because I know I'm applying the best that I can to the game. And I know where I could be if I had more time. But when it comes to, like, I just try to stay well-rounded. Like, I got music dropping, I got the fitness shit dropping. But recently I'm like, I really want to get back into doing my stunts and my flips and shit, because, like, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I've been feeling tight, bro. Like I've been feeling tight in, like, my lower back and shit like that, bro. And I was like, yo, I think I might have to start flipping again, because, like, I wouldn't flip for like a year, and then I'll go back to doing it. My lower back starts to feel a little fucking weird, but it's been a minute since I've done one in this motherfucker.
Yeah, the chat's asking for the backflip. You brought it up, but you
so
can't walk away now.
All right, so I will attempt to do a backflip live. All right. But y'all have to make sure that you subscribe to Mike Hollow's YouTube channel first. Like he needs to go, bro. Open up your analytics right now. If you don't get at least 5 subscribers right now on the dot, I can't do it. Like 5. We're not asking for a lot here, but I need 5 new subscribers. If that shit doesn't go up by 5, I'm not doing it. That's a small price to pay. I could die. I signed a waiver. I'm just letting y'all know. I signed a waiver, but I could die. So make sure I need 5 subscribers for this man. I need to see his subscribers go up by just 5. That's nothing.
No, I appreciate that, man. Someone said they're gonna unsub to sub.
All right, look, that's good enough. All right, 5 people unsub and sub. That means you're paying attention. That means you want it to happen.
Do you know what? 5 people. It's just gone up by 7. So.
God damn.
Damn, that was
God
quick.
Damn. All right, look. If I bust my ass, listen, there is a chance that I could bust my ass. I just want to make that clear here. There is a chance that
we got faith in you, bro.
Possible. All right,
you got this.
It has happened. There's a video on YouTube of it happening, so it is possible. All right. Fuck.
Hopefully the camera don't freeze when he does it. He's gonna have to do it again.
All right. You ready?
You got this, man.
All right. So how I'm gonna do it? Oh, I gotta move the chair out the way. I'm gonna do it this way. So
Okay.
I don't want to hit the fucking thing. I gotta. So like I've been flipping for a while. I have had every injury, bro, you can imagine doing flips like busting my ass. I have flipped and caught my leg on shit.
I got my cross on for you, bro. We'll pray for you.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Hopefully your camera don't freeze when you're doing it, because you might have to do it again.
Fuck out the way. Fuck it. Oh my god.
Oh shit, you did it. We got it live.
Man. Shit.
We got it, guys.
Shit.
Now, guys, you gotta go and sub to Emery's channel now, man. He did a backflip live on that could have gone horribly wrong.
Fuck. God damn, man. Shit.
That was sick, man. I can't do that shit.
Boy, that shit was kind of clean.
That was clean. That was very
That shit
clean.
was kind of fucking clean.
You know, I was worried. I was worried that the camera was gonna freeze mid flip and you'd have to do it again.
Yo, bro, if that did that, bro, I'm fucking tired.
I missed it. Do it again. No, that was clean, man. Well, you still got it. My turn. Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna lie to you
All
guys.
right, bro. So you got.
I ain't do it.
All right, wait. You got a cool trinket you can show. What's your coolest possession that you have around you right now? Something that, like, if it went missing, bro, you would fuck somebody up. Like, it would just be it's raps. It's a tough.
All right, this is gonna sound really, really lame. I think it's here.
It's important to you.
Yeah, it's very, very.
It'll take you out over a penny that they found, bro.
This I've had this on my. So I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a little bit dark. Okay, so I apologize. This is a little bit dark. I take this with me everywhere. I don't know if I can turn my camera ever so slightly. Can you see that? I'll take it off. I'll put it back on. So I take this picture with me everywhere. So this was one of my best friends.
Okay.
She unfortunately passed away.
I'm sorry about that, bro.
So we used to hang around. We used to hang out together all the time. So
Yeah.
wherever I went to Japan, I took it with me.
Yeah.
If I move around, I take her with me.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't. It was a tragic death, unfortunately.
Yeah, dude.
And I saw her like the day before it actually happened.
Yeah.
So I keep that with me everywhere. And yeah, she was literally an angel. Like she could do no wrong.
Yeah. Yeah,
so I have it on my computer, or like if I go and work a job, if I work a job in Birmingham or Manchester, or if I go to Japan or Cyprus, I take it with me.
Take it with you and shit.
Yeah, so
nah, dude, I don't know about that, bro. Yeah, man, that's fucking loss is ass too. But sorry about that, bro. That's rough, man. I mean the dark thing. When you said dark, like I mean I wouldn't have considered that dark. There's nothing wrong. I mean I was thinking that you was gonna pull out like some like gothic shit or some shit like that. I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean I've got my World Heavyweight Championship back there.
Yeah, let me see that too. Wait, championship from where?
Yeah, I would pick it up, but it's like I don't know if you can see a bunch of swords there, and unfortunately, the way I've positioned it, if I grab something, it might all topple over. So, well, I'll bring it up next time. But yeah, in terms of like my prized possession, huh?
Content wise or gaming wise, this might be one of my longest running things that I own other than my PS1 games. But this, bro, is by far my most prized possession, bro. Like I have been through a lot with just Tekken events, bro.
Oh shit, is that Tekken on the GBA?
Yeah, bro, so don't ever fucking say I'm not a Tekken fan. For all you motherfuckers, bitch, I've been playing Tekken longer than you even fucking knew this shit was out. That's why I'm saying Tekken 8 is ass, 'cause I've been playing since this one, motherfucker.
Yeah, people, I think people like, it's, even with Mortal Kombat, I've been playing Mortal Kombat for eons now, but the latest one is just not good. There's no way for me to say it, and you'll get people in the MK community going, oh, this grifter, this hate, and I'm like, what, do you want me to lie? Like, the game is shit. I don't know what to say.
Like, you want me to be like, oh, no, it's not a good... Bro, there's nothing wrong with saying shit's good, and then shit's bad. Why do we have to pretend in a world that we're supposed to have free speech and be able to say whatever the fuck we want, because who's going to do anything about it? Nobody. If I want to say the game is buns, I should be able to say that, especially when 95% of the people, except the people that are on Namco's dick, are going to agree with it. Even they're bending. Even they can't. They're looking a little bit like this these days. They was like this. And now the last couple left, they're a little sideways now, bro. Like, the game is butt. DOA6 was butt.
I don't understand it because, I'm really fascinated by DOA right now, and I can see myself really getting into the series.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of people messaging me saying, "No, I don't play it, don't play it," like saying like things that I guess would upset someone if you cuss their favorite game. But I'm always just like, I don't really care what you think. Like,
Right.
I want to play the game. It doesn't need to have good numbers. It doesn't need to be popping off. Like, I play Rebirth of Souls. There's only 400 people playing daily on that game.
What is that?
So,
Like a roguelike game or?
no, you know Bleach, the anime. It's got like its own fighting game.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even know what fucking games are out these days. I just get on and then whatever's in my face, I'll be like, oh shit, they came out with this. Like it's hard, man. But
yeah. Like I just play whatever I enjoy, and right now, like I've decided to not play City of the Wolves because I want to invest in Dead or Alive, and I've got people like saying stuff to me, and I'm like, it doesn't bother me because it's a video game. I'm like, cool, you don't like Dead or Alive, go about your business. But if I say if I say something negative about Tekken, like the other day, my friend sent me this screenshot, and there's a Facebook group called FGC shitposting or something, and they've got my face in there, just ripping into me, and I'm like, why? Because I criticized the game.
All you did was just say something, bro. Like that's all it was. That's all you have to do. Like, bro, I truly understand what you're saying, bro. Like it's just, but you're in a content creation realm. So
yeah,
what I said, like, there's millions of people just like you with the same opinion, but no one's saying anything to them. It's just because you're the guy on the camera. You have to remember you're the guy on the camera. So it doesn't matter even how many people you have watching you. Even if there's 2 people, one of them will probably be like, shut the fuck up. And that's just the reality of it. When you're a content creator, that comment section there, bro, they can just do this.
Yeah, it's fine by me. Like it doesn't bother me. Like as far as I'm concerned, the way they were talking, like they clearly watched me enough to hate me that much. So I was like, well, you're still watching the videos, so you can hate me from an app that I'm not even on. That's all good, no problem.
And look, publicity is good publicity, bro. Especially when every time they click and every ad that runs, you're getting a little couple dollars for it. So it's like at the end of the day, if you want to look at it from a monetary, that's how you have to look at it. Like people are gonna not like what you're gonna do, bro. Like I have people in the FGC, I'm blocked by like notable people in the FGC that have never said a word to me, I've never spoken to, and it's like, bro, the fact that you can just formulate an opinion on a person you don't know, and it's like I don't even give enough of myself to even give you a reason to dislike me. If you dislike like an opinion, bro, most people that I beef with, truly, that beef with me, because I don't beef with anybody, like you're beefing with yourself. Like you're literally shadowboxing, bro. Like you can't be beefing with me. I'm not in the chair long enough for you to beef with me. I got mad people that play Tekken that hate my fucking guts because all I've ever said was Tekken 8 was buns. But the problem is that I've been saying it since the beginning. Because let's not get it twisted. Season 2 is bad. Season 1 was a lot more manageable. I think we can admit that we didn't even know what we had with Season 1 because people hated that. But I guarantee you motherfuckers hate this new one. But even Season 1, bro, like let's call it like it. Those Tekken 8 wasn't. It was never great, bro. Like it was new. It was pretty. You can fight in Times Square. You know what I'm saying? There's a little fucking arcade. You can run around with a little avatar character. The game was never really great, my brother. Let's call it like it is. And I hate to say it.
It got to rough stuff.
I hated Tekken 7, bro, but I gotta say, did you play Tekken 7 online?
Yeah.
Bro, you remember what it felt like to be fighting a really good player that you just couldn't beat? Yeah. Like that, bro, Tekken 7, Tekken 8. If I go into heat, I'm me. Like I am me if I go into heat. We all have these same buttons. As soon as I start glowing and shit, bro, I have the same shit that you do. And that's the problem because every person that you fight in that game just seems like they're so fucking good. And it's because the game is just so fucking bad. Bro, Tekken 7, you truly actually had to be good at Tekken to be good at that game. I remember fighting people and it was like, bro, like, not for nothing, I can't even hit this guy. I can't get a throw off. I can't get anything off. Like they're like, you know, you're fighting a good Tekken player when you have a string that like goes into a power crush or like you try to do something quick into a power crush and they're just jab checking your shit and then like ducking and launching you. Like when they do shit like that where it's like the power crush was gonna get ducked anyway. Like that's not even a mix up. Like that's how you know you're fighting somebody that's really good. And I just can't help but think that Tekken 8 just doesn't have like you can still do shit like that, bro. But the game is just so much more accessible to everyone. Everyone is so much of a threat in that game. You know what I mean? I can't get behind that, bro.
Tekken 8 definitely feels like it's like I had an argument with a couple content creators before. Not really an argument, but like they were disagreeing with me, and I couldn't understand why. And now they get it that it's gotten so bad. Now it's glaringly obvious. But I was saying to them that Tekken's always had 50-50 situations in there, but Tekken 8 has forced situations where, like, you know, you have the wall bounce mechanic where it forces you to the ground, or Heat forces me to stand there.
Yeah.
And I was saying to them, this has never existed as a system in Tekken, and it's
Yeah.
taken away what made Tekken special. Because to me, Tekken was always like, it stood on its own. It was its own thing. It wasn't copying, you know, a lot of other games. Obviously, everyone borrows every now and then, but it was its
But it had
own
its own
thing.
identity.
Yeah, it had its own identity.
Right.
It's gone now.
Exactly. Think about that. So coming up for me when it came to 3D fighting games, there was like weird jank shit at the time, like not weird jank shit. I'm sorry, because I love Bloody Roar, but there was like those other 3D games that were in there. You know, shout out to Jeremiah Isaiah, Bloody Roar. There was other games in there that was cool too. Like you had your Tekken that played like Tekken, kind of stiff. None of us were KBDing at 6 years old. Get the fuck out of here. It was kind of stiff. You couldn't move backwards. Soul Calibur always felt good because you could always just move super fucking quick around because of the 8-way run system. DOA was always that game with the counters, you know, and knocking people off of cliffs and shit like that. And VF was always that, yo, like my grandpa's fighting somebody out back.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really nice to watch, but that's what's happening outside. Like that, you always knew that's what it was. But then you had your Bloody Roar that was like, all right, we got this game that's a bunch of different shit, and then there's like people turning into like Beatles and shit. That was pretty cool. You had other weird games too, like Urban Reign, that was like a fighting game, but it was like a beat 'em up, but it's still like, bro, I don't know if you ever watched a competitive Urban Reign match, but that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like they don't get hit. Like it's like they're countering everything and just dodging shit, and the max damage combos are super crazy. Like, bro, there's levels to a lot of games out there. And that's another thing that sucks is that forget just the 4 main games. Like, bro, there's a lot of games that don't even have a shot that were super good. Like there's this game on PS1 called Kensei Sacred Fist, and that had a really deep system to it that never saw a sequel. That who knows what could have happened if that game would have got pushed by Konami to make another one. Or Fighter's Destiny, you know what I'm saying? Games like that on the 64, maybe it would have had a chance to come out with a Fighter's Destiny 3 and then compete with those games. But the thing that sucks is that DOA is great, Tekken's great, VF is great, Soul Calibur is great, whatever. But like, wouldn't it be great to be able to have another option there alongside of that? And how do we get to that point? Because who's going to take a chance on the 3D? Bro, all these 2D games are coming out left and right because, look, Street Fighter's doing well. They know that formula works. 3D, Tekken's the only game that works, and that shit ain't working either. Who the fuck's going to come out with a 3D game right now? Who's going to take that chance?
Well, I think that Tekken fumbling has opened the door a little bit, because if Virtua Fighter does really well, I imagine other 3D fighting game developers might look at it and be like, okay, there's so many 2D fighting games. Maybe there are people that really want to play 3D, and Tekken's not fulfilling that right now.
Right.
So I'm hoping that Virtua Fighter really does well. Maybe Virtua Fighter can have DOA characters in it as well. Like, you've got Virtua Fighter characters in DOA. Yeah. And it starts this it kind of like, you know, you've got WWE and WCW. Hopefully Virtua Fighter comes in and it's like that competition where it's like, it will make Tekken better because they have to step up now. And then maybe DOA and Soul Calibur and maybe even Bloody Roar one day will be like, there's a space here for all of us to exist. That's what I'm hoping for.
Dude, it'd be great, man. And the sad thing is that I need people to get out of this bitch ass mindset. Like, bro, if you want to try something, like, just fucking try it. Like, what are you gonna lose? Like, bro, Tekken players don't even want to play Tekken. So, like, if you're a Tekken player and you want to just try something else, I promise you, the game ain't going anywhere. It's gonna be there in a pile of shit like it is right now. Just go play some other shit, bro. Like, try out DOA5. And I'm not saying, listen, when it comes to trying out a DOA game, you don't have to just try out one. Like, DOA5 and 6 both have a player base, and yeah, it is kind of a Discord fighter at this point. But there's a lot of love in the game. There's tournaments for the game every month. You will never go a month and there's not at least one tournament going on that you can enter. And the DOA heads that are playing will be there for the most part. So, excuse me, like there's a lot of good potential there in the game. And people like yourself with followings and shit like that, like you might be able to get 100 people to download the fucking game. And maybe 20 of them might stick around. You got to look at it like that. And that was my problem without saying the fucking guy's name. You already know what I'm talking about. That's the problem with that guy is that, like, you got 3,000 people in your stream right now saying this game sucks. Like, you really think those 3,000 people, any of them are going to go and try it when they're already on your dick as it is? If you fucking say jump, they're going to jump. You know what I mean? So it's like, imagine you say play this fucking game.
Yeah, I know you're
what do you think they're going to do? But guess what if he just says, I don't like it, but yo, give it a chance. You might get 100 and 200 people. But people are fucking assholes. So, like, they don't realize that just because you're a part of one sphere in life doesn't mean that you have to pollute the other ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can very well, and Tekken's doing this to themselves. People can try to say, Emery's this bitch-ass motherfucker. This is what I hate on Tekken, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, you know a lot about me, and I don't know you. All I'm doing is expressing my opinion on the game that's very valid, just like the people that are playing it, just like the people that are fucking working there. They don't like the fucking game either. Like, Come on,
Well,
bro. You
one
know,
thing that like I want to like I've been encouraging people that come to my stream to buy DOA. A because right now DOA5 is only £9 on PlayStation Network, so you can get a much discounted rate, and the game is like full. I went through it today properly, and I was amazed at how much shit is in that game, and it really baffles me how the DOA5 Last Round exists with all of these modes that like people that they don't really like. I think it's really good for casuals to get into as well because I was playing with the stream. I don't know if it was yesterday or yesterday, and we were doing 2v2. Like I would team up with somebody, and then they would find somebody in the stream to team up with, and that was a ton of fun. Like trying to
fun,
work out combos with
mad
each other.
fun, bro. Like, so in DOA4, so we actually lost modes, and that's another thing that sucks going into DOA6 and even 5. There was some stuff missing. Like, bro, DOA4, you could go online with like a 20-man lobby and play survival mode. So like, you could have one person just in the survivor position, like you're playing offline, and like the people are just loading in and picking characters, trying to like counter pick and just try to knock the person out. Like, bro, yeah, there was a lot of fun in the game. There still is. DOA5 Last Round. The reason why I'm always going to recommend that game, bro, is because we don't have like with DOA6, it went different than Tekken 8 did in terms of like how it fucked up, right? Like DOA6, there's just imagine you got this pretty ass fucking figure in front of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's just like, all right, better example. You got this fine ass chick. She's fine as hell, but there's nothing in her fucking hair. Like I can't get nowhere with that. I can't. You're like you can be fine, but like your mental is just not of that in which I'm gonna hold a conversation with you. So like DOA6 is like that. Imagine you've had this intimate conversation with this fine ass chick all these years, fine as hell, and then all of a sudden she just fucking forgets everything. Okay, that's literally DOA6, bro. That's literally the game. Like you built something here. In Tekken, people went through the same thing. Bro, the amount of labbing that guys like me have done, learning how to sidewalk and duck all this shit and how to break every single throw and reaction and situational awareness, and he just took it and just balled it up and threw it backwards and made motherfuckers glow. Seriously.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that every person that goes in the heat in that game is not scary, bro. If you're fighting a fucking mentor rank, if he goes in the heat, you're probably going to block, are you not?
Oh yeah, well you have to because Lars just got nerfed from like plus 26 to plus 4 now. I'm just like, why was that even a thing? But I wanted to ask you, like with DOA 6, what is it about? Because I know the microtransactions have always been a point of contention for people.
Yeah,
but what is it about the gameplay that made people so angry? Because when I did a poll and I was saying what DOA should I get into, should I do 5 or 6? Because I bought both of them. Everyone was like, play 5. Don't even think about 6. And a couple of reasons were given to me. One of the ones that stood out to me is that I'd never seen meter in DOA before, and then I saw a little meter bar, and that immediately, I had PTSD from Tekken 8. I was like, I don't want to deal with this shit again. So I turned it off straight away. Is that the reason why?
So, I mean, all right, ready to make this easier and then to break into it a little bit. You have, and I'm going to compare the games directly because Tekken 7 is not really a fair comparison to DOA5 Last Round because Tekken 7 was still kind of scrubbing in some ways. Imagine like Tekken 5 DR, right? Like Tekken 5 DR being like your DOA5 Last Round. Like it was deep, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't a bunch of weird mechanics there. There was no tailspin at the end of your combos. Even DOA6 has some sort of a tailspin. They added this bound that you can do at the end of all your like relaunchers. You do a relauncher, then you bound them down and going for a close hit. It's that same cookie cutter shit that you have in Tekken 8 where no matter what you're going to do, you're going to end in that same tailspin. You know what I mean? You're always going to do that same tailspin. Whatever does the most damage, most wall travel. If you're not, you're an idiot because why would you want to lose? So they took away a lot of creativity that people had in DOA5. Like, you didn't always have to do your combos max damage because you were setting up for something else, but you don't want to let somebody else drop and hit the ground and Tekken 8 and stand up because then they can go in the heat. You want the most damage you can get, most wall travel. DOA wasn't really built like that. Like sometimes you're sacrificing combo potential to let them hit the ground at that perfect frame to force tech them off the floor. I saw you fighting Hookless for a little bit. And he was playing with Ein, and he was knocking you away in his juggle, and every time you hit the ground, he was popping you back up again into force tech. That's something that is specifically timed. If he does that one kick, 1K, it's Ein's down back kick. It's a one-hit force tech that's in DOA5 Last Round. If he hits you with that and times it with your frames on the ground, so like you have a certain amount of invincibility frames while you're rolling. As soon as you get done, you're open to get hit, but there's a certain window in there you got to connect the kick. He's doing that shit on time, every time, self-done every single time. You can't just do the kick. You have to wait for the roll to be done. It's like this kick. Like it's that specific. Every character's got something like that. You can make your own setups like that. Imagine you play DOA 6 and they took it all out of you. And that's just one piece of it. One piece. Imagine you were used to, I'm sick of this dude laying on the ground and wake up kicking me. He's going to get up every time now. And I'm going to show him why he's going to get up. I'm going to tech him up. But as soon as he gets up, I got this option select. Like Iron's 1K, it goes into a high punch. So unless a person, there's actually certain situations where you can't hold the high punch and do anything about it. It kind of lands unholdable. But for the most part, you can use that 1K to go into other stuff because Iron also has 1KK, which is a mid kick. If people want to get up and high hold, that other kick can come down and crack you in the head and put you in a sit down stunt or a normal hit. Because when you counter, your character's in a state where they can get hit by a move that has a state that attaches and you get put into a sit down stun. And only in that situation on normal hit, because they're holding, it'll connect. So the game is really deep like that, bro. But imagine all this stuff I'm saying. People probably know what the fuck I'm saying. All in all, they took out all of the depth from the game. Like imagine people hate the way Tekken, some people hate the way Tekken has simplified throws, right? Like that's just one of the many things, like as an example of the something that equals that in DOA, bro, they took everything out of the game that works like that. Like, for example, in DOA5, bro, we would spend time learning how to properly sidestep strings on block. Because in DOA5, the sidestep, it had to be done on point. If you wanted to sidestep a string, you had to wait until the punch actually comes out. You do so early or late, you're going to get clipped by it. So in DOA6, that same string on my block, if I do my sidestep immediately, it's avoiding the whole string immediately because there's like these certain invincibility frames and a startup on the sidestep. It's almost like they're just not even standing there, bro, and they just move out of the way to your move. Even when visually, sometimes the move will connect. And they did that. What was told to me, they did that to negate how many linear strings would hit sidesteppers. But in reality, they didn't realize they were destroying an entire layer of the game. Now, this is some people agree with this change and some people don't. I particularly didn't like that I sat in the lab and learned how to sidestep these fucking strings for you guys to give it to Gumball 47 without having any lab time. That's one of the many things. Force teching off the ground. Now imagine DOA, right? DOA, there was a point where wake-up kicks, like in Tekken, they would stun you. Like, remember how you get stunned in DOA?
Yeah.
You don't want to get stunned. You can die like that. Get knocked into an F-150 and blown the fuck up. In DOA4, you could get hit by a wake-up kick and get stunned on normal hit. And it was a high one, so there was 4 of them shits. You really wanted to avoid being on someone's wake-up in that game unless you could keep that pressure on the Oki correct. So DOA6, again, something they completely destroyed, bro. There's a lot of times in DOA6, imagine where you're knocking someone down that already has a break blow that eats buttons, it's a super move, stops you in your tracks, a hold that holds high, mid, and low with one button. Imagine that. Imagine going from a game where you had to recognize hit level stun and be like, oh, that goes high, low, but now I don't have to hold that way. I can just do a button that avoids all of it. You get what I'm saying? You get how this is becoming a problem now, right?
Yeah.
Now, it's not a problem for the people that just downloaded the game. But what about me? What about my contributions to this game? What about when I got tired of getting hit by this, I did something about it. But now all you have to do is hit the same fucking universal button. It's the same principle, same idea to what they did to Tekken 8, except it's just done differently because the systems, they function differently in DOA, obviously. So it's not the same, but it is. So that's kind of some of the main issues. Now, if you're talking, I'm talking system stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that I care about. Me personally, if Kasumi's boobs are a little bigger or smaller, I'm not going to give a fuck because me personally, I'm playing the game because I am a competitive fighting game player and it's nice to look at chicks and whatever, but that's just not why I'm playing the game. The other reasons why the game may have failed, you're going to have to ask that for somebody else because I personally didn't give a fuck about any of that. I was in it for, just like you said, right? Like what you like, say what you want. That's what I do. I like the aspects of DOA that I like and I love, and as long as the game works and looks good and feels good, and I'm not getting hoed at by certain setups that should be, I am a fucking competitor. Even though I'm just a casual competitor these days, you can still hear in my voice, I'm a competitor. Like, I love this game. I'm very good at it. So when you do something like that to dilute the competitive fucking game and the atmosphere, yeah, it's going to be upsetting, bro. You know what I mean? And think about it. This is the same thing the Tekken players are saying about their game. But imagine nobody really gives a fuck because nobody played DOA to begin with. But this shit been happening to us since 2020, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been here. And imagine we didn't get any more updates after they did this shit and just left it there like that with 3 open character slots and no DLC.
That's great. Yeah, 3 open character slots. I saw that and I was like, I was looking around. I was like, do I have to buy something? But it's I wanted to ask you though, like,
one more thing, and then you come to find out there was one more planned update. There was a planned update that was supposed to come and overhaul. Now I can't speak on where I got this information from, but it's fucking accurate. The game was gonna have an update that was gonna overhaul a lot of stuff, but they were waiting for the competitive season. Now I could not compete in DOA6 because I was under a contract with Team Ninja because I worked for Team Ninja for the DOA6 World Championship. I commentated the whole championship, so you can't compete. Shade Swift I went to Japan to compete in the final because we didn't commentate that. They got other people to do that. But like I was not able to compete. I literally was not allowed to do so. But with that said, I wasn't really complaining about it because like, dude, my heart was in the community and in the game, but just not in that iteration of it. But they were planning on coming out with a whole nother version of the game, bro, after the World Championship, but the shit got shelved.
That was actually going to lead into my next question. I watched your documentary and you said, you got your paycheck and it had Team Ninja's logo on it. It was like a special thing for you. But
Yeah.
you're very passionate about the whole DOA series and seeing what they did to DOA with 6. How was it being a paid employee, but still knowing that DOA 6 was an ugly version of something that you loved for so long?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was fucking up too because like it was. I talk shit. I like to talk shit. So, and you know what I mean? Like it was hard. It was really hard because like I was getting DMs like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to shut the fuck up." Like, you know what I mean? Like the guys over there ain't really happy with what's going on over here. So I kind of went through a little bit of that. But dude, and it hopefully it doesn't hurt my chance to work with teams again. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just bullshit up. Listen, it's just like I really am just very passionate. So when you're that passionate, you can't really play dead. You can act like if you're gonna keep a fucking eye open, like you can't really pretend like the game is good, especially when I'm in a situation where I can't compete, but I still have to talk about this game and know everything about it. I had to learn all the frame data, all the new setups, all the new shit, everything, and I couldn't help but notice. I'm like, man, thank God I don't have to compete in this shit. I'm watching my homies go and they got to deal with this shit, bro. You know what I mean? So It's crazy because I was blessed because I didn't have to compete in it because I really did not like that motherfucking game. But imagine on the other side of the spectrum, you look at Tekken 8. I'd be wondering, bro, if me and guys like that play this game like kind of not for a living, but like this is a big piece of their lives. Like this guy's a celebrity in Japan because of Tekken. Like this is no fucking joke. So, or Nia's Korean, correct?
Yeah, Nia's Korean. Yeah.
Nia's Korean. So huge figure, bro. Imagine he can't just up and leave Tekken. It just ain't gonna happen. That's like the main man Sweet just being a Dead by Daylight. He ain't gonna fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do that. So because he ain't gonna do that, like these guys have to do that. And I was in a situation where I was blessed because I'm like, yo, I still get to be very close and just kind of watch from afar this game be bonsai tree, and I don't have to compete in it. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a weird thing with DOA6, bro, because I still just couldn't stand what they did to the game. It would have been nice to talk about a better game. And I still had to stream this shit. I had people that downloaded this game a week ago getting games off me, and I'm like, brother, you don't even know how to fucking hold. Like, but imagine you don't have to because there's a button that does everything for you.
Yeah. So was that difficult then? Like, because I watched some of your commentary while I was like looking into some of your older work, and like I was looking at how you were speaking about DOA4 and DOA5. When you were like open on your channel saying or to your colleagues that DOA6 was not it, were the people in charge actually reaching out to you and saying, "Can you calm down?" Or like, were you worried that you were gonna get off the payroll? And did you ever feel like you had to toe the line, like you couldn't be as honest as you wanted to be?
Well, the problem is when you're working in that capacity, like you have to remember that it's still a job. It's still a. And again, I was just a commentator. So, but when you are working in that capacity, you are technically representing them. So it's like when you go to events, like you're there with the team and you're there with them. And I mean, like I wouldn't say that I don't want to go out and say that I got told personally by people because I don't want to do that and then get a message after this. But what I will say is that I definitely got told by people that I should probably shut the fuck up. And I realized why. So I kind of waited until after the championship was done and start rolling more shit out. Because like at the end of the day, bro, I still have a responsibility as one of the faces for this game. Now, like it or not, you might not like my light-skinned ass, but I'm still one of the faces of this game. So either you're going to block my channel or whenever there's DOA news, whether you like me or not, you're going to say, see this bitch ass motherfucker. Now I'm about to fucking die in my search. Picked up on the video. I fucking hate this guy. Keep looking back and watching them fucking talk shit. They're like, seriously, like going through that, having to toe the line in a way of like, also remember your followers and your viewers like DOA. So I was also dealing with a lot of people like, bro, if you don't fucking like the game, don't play it. And it's like, true. But it is a little tiny bit different. And I will say this, when you are a content creator that is truly passionate, that is a competitor, that is truly passionate because you're doing it because you just want good for the game that you've invested your fucking life into. So when people give people like niche shit that if he's invested fucking his whole adult life into this goddamn game, he's playing this game as if he's holding his son. Like, This is not a joke. Like, nobody wants to play no bullshit, bro. And it just happened. It's the same thing that happened here. I'm not saying I'm knee, but I'm like the elbow of fucking DOA. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm big in the game, and I'm very good at the game, and I'm knowledgeable of the game. So yeah, I'm gonna have problems with it. And it was hard feeling like I wasn't gonna fuck up opportunities, but I still just had this thing where it was like I had to just talk my shit because something's got to be done about this. If it's not gonna be me, there's only a couple other guys that would do this, and a lot of people weren't saying shit, bro.
Yeah. Well, that leads into my next question, and that I've been recommended to play some of the spin-off titles of DOA, which I've declined. And the reason that I declined is because I really think DOA is a really good fighting game, and I don't want to take away from the fighting aspect for all the tits and ass. Even though I ain't got no issue with how they've designed characters, I actually think it's part of the charm. I think the dating simulator and the beach volleyball thing doesn't do the game's image any favors because it takes away from what's so special about the game.
Right.
Do you feel the same? Do you feel like that new Venus game that's come out is hurting DOA's chances of coming back as a fighter?
As a person who has played this game my whole life, me and my brothers have never owned any DOA Extreme games. We just didn't really see how that was going to appeal to us, like, especially growing up as like a 13-year-old kid. Like, I don't know why at that point I was more interested in like blowing shit up and kicking ass. Like, not to say like, because that's obviously the first time I seen DOA when I was a kid, bro, and I seen like the tits. I'm like, whoa, like I had that shit on age. I was like age 100 on there because that's how you make a move. But like, come on, bro. Like, at some point, like, you know, you kind of experience life and go through stuff, and you're not really playing games. At least me, I'm not really playing games for that anymore. So with that, I respect DOA Extreme because it has made a lot of money for the game. A lot of the good stuff that could possibly go into a new DOA game, they're going to make bread off this. I'm hoping that they at least give a budget. I'm hoping there's a new DOA game, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I'm just comparing it in a different way. Like, there's a lot of DLC that comes out for Tekken 8. You don't have to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. People talk shit about it, but that's the only thing I've been about DLC. I hate bad DLC practices, but the fact still remains that you really do not have to buy it. So with that, with DOA Extreme, I look at it the same. Like, I'm not going to really sit here and play volleyball with two chicks when I can just go outside and grab two chicks. Like, that's my philosophy on it. But for people that play those games, like what you want to like. I'm not going to judge you for doing what you're going to do. Just don't talk shit on the people that just don't particularly partake in that type of gaming because of whatever our walk of life is. Like, it just doesn't appeal to me. I don't need that shit. And I don't need that. I'm good with playing fighting game. And I will say that, not to say that I think it takes away from the image, but it's hard because, bro, DOA is really a good fighting game. I'm not talking about just good. It's a great fighting game. Even as butt as DOA6 is, there's still some nutritional value there. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game is still pretty fucking, excuse me. If you can put up with Tekken 8, you can put up with DOA. I mean, with DOA6, 100%. 100%. Like, if you can put up with Tekken 8 and you can play and you want to try something new, and let's just say you are a newer school player too, because remember, I think they also did a lot of this too because of that. Coming into this, people are more spoon-fed these days in general in life as it is. So, like, they don't want to have stagger escape where you might break your controller playing it in the game. They remove stagger escape completely from DOA. Something that's been in the game for God knows how long, something that's a part of the game's identity that you had to sit there and drill and practice to get good at, to get out of max stagger escape setups. I done got arthritis for nothing. Because stagger escaping is non-existent. Another main mechanic where some people will say they're happy it got taken out or not. I don't think the DOA needs stagger escape to exist. I just think that they could have kept a couple situations in the game where it was there and then made it a little bit easier. Like, but they didn't have to remove it. It's just like, why remove something from the game's identity that's been to just make it more accessible? Removing it completely and giving a one-hole-does-all button? Yeah. I don't know, man, you know?
Well, you mentioned earlier that I don't know if you like have some inside scoop or if you were alluding to the fact that DOA7 might be a thing.
Yeah.
Do you think it will be a thing? And if it is a thing, do you think that they will build from DOA5 or will they continue from DOA6?
So eventually every series is going to become dormant. I like to believe so. Like, I think that when 1,000 years are going to pass and there's going to be no more fucking Tekken. You know, I'm sure we can't really see a universe where that's going to happen. There might be a Tekken 1,000. But chances are, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be, who even knows what life is going to be like 1,000 years. I'm just saying that time passes and eventually there's going to be either a new version of a game or not. If you look at a lot of series that got left in the past, like there hasn't been a new Bloody Roar game, but there who says that there might never be one? You can't say that. You got Killer Instinct that popped the fuck up all those years later and came out of nowhere on the Xbox One. Like, you never know what's going to happen. DOA is still very much alive. I'm not saying DOA as a fighting game, but remember, because of the extreme aspect, there's still life in the series. We're not going to act like people are not buying those games, brother. Just because me and you ain't buying them. I'm pretty sure they make most of their fucking sales off of that shit, brother. So with
Yeah,
that
I think they
said,
do.
right, with that said, the game will never be dead because it can't, because it's more than just a fighting game. I just want them to see that, because if they can see that and realize that not all mistakes are everybody else's, or whatever the case is, if they can drop a new fucking game and do it right this time, people love this game. And again, like you said, this is the time for people to step up. Like, if there's any time better, why not? Because you at least have the slot to get new people to try something. It's hard to get people to try stuff, bro, but there's an incentive now. Tekken 8 is buns. You know, Virtua Fighter is great, but there isn't a new entry yet. So you're gonna want to really want to play Virtua Fighter to play Ultimate Showdown or Revo. But if you come out with a new something fresh, people like new and fresh, especially content creators. They don't even play the shit that they make videos for, except for 2 days. So like you can at least you know what I'm saying, bro. It happens. Like I seen people promoting Virtua Fighter and hosting tournaments for it. They haven't even turned the fucking game on since it came out. But that's the world we live in. So I think, bro, you know what it is? There's just certain stuff that's happening. I know you guys saw that Ninja Gaiden 2 remaster come out. That shit looks amazing, by the way. It looks fucking jaw-dropping, bro. It looks so good. Finding out that they have the ability,
I think that was for you,
shout out to Osman, man. He's a legend. That's a legend. That's a legend in DOA community. Osman's been around for a long time, bro. He's one of the best Chrissy players. I like seeing the people in here that I can shout out. Like, I know this guy's been around longer than me, way longer than me. That's a legend. He said, you know something about... Listen, I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some shit that's going on with how they're moving. We're not going to act like Team Ninja don't have bread, okay? They're making all these fucking sick-ass, like, Souls-like games, bro. They got Neo over there. We're not going to... They just have to get the proper funds and support from Koei, I feel like, just to make this shit happen and just get the right people into place. But I think that there's going to be a future for this game because, first of all, the name is still getting thrown around out there. It's still in conversation. You know what I'm saying? You still see it. Like, Bloody Roar is still as well, but you don't see it. Like, DOA is still, I feel like, kind of a household name in the FGC. Like, people still think about it. And Team Ninja... like they be sharing like the little happy birthday to the DOA characters. Now listen, when games die, they tend to just let them go. Happy birthday to the DOA characters every time there's a birthday, and they're sharing it. They're always sharing it. The game's on sale and stuff like that. They're going to be they're coming out with a new Ninja Gaiden game. You guys got to remember, there's been no Ninja Gaiden for years. How long has it been? It's the Ninja Gaiden shit out of nowhere. We never thought we'd see the day. DOA6 was the same thing, bro. When they announced that trailer, we all for sure thought that DOA was pretty much dead. Same thing after DOA Dimensions. Before DOA Dimensions, we had DOA4. And then Dimensions came out, and it was on the back of the case that says, get ready for the last fight or some shit. Motherfucker, there's been like 3 games since then. That was not the last fight. And I'm not saying that that's anything to go off of, but history kind of repeats itself. And DOA has never been dormant for real, for real. Like, there is a chance. We're not going to act like there's not a chance that they can't just make one, bro. There's nothing stopping them. There's no rights issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to step away from something. Look at Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter is a prime example of this, brother. You know what I mean? Just because the game's not coming out every 2 years doesn't mean it's dead. But I'm just looking at what Team Ninja's doing. Ninja Gaiden is in the spotlight. That's what they're doing right now. That's the mission. DOA was in the spotlight. Like, come on now. Like, they're going to go through a rotation of stuff. I believe that it's going to be a new game. And I believe just because there's too much unfinished business there. Like, Dead or Alive saved Tecmo. They saved the company. They're not just going to let the game that saved the company from fucking going under just go like that, especially something that they know and everybody knows that they have the potential to do great with. I don't ever believe DOA, and I've said this in my documentary, I don't believe that DOA is ever going to be a household name like Tekken and Street Fighter, even though games like Tekken are fucking their names up as well. This shit's going to go down in history. Like, when you look back on Wikipedia 10 years from now, when you see Tekken 8 on there, it's going to be like, this game was well received by fans at once. But then later on, Season 2, there was a lot of gripes. Like, you already know what's going to happen. This shit is all historical stuff. We're living in it. I believe that there's going to be a new DOA game just because of how Team Ninja's moving. They're putting out too many games. They got too much money. And I think that they dropped that game the way it was because it was time to go. And I think that it's going to come back because the fact that they can put out a Ninja Gaiden 2 Black remaster and they can just put a skin over it and it looks like that.
Yeah.
If they can get that Aerosmith music out of the DOA game, because I don't think they're going to get the rights for those again, what's stopping them, bro, from coming out with a DOA collection? They're coming out with Capcom collections left and right, Ninja Gaiden collections. Come on, bro. Like, what was stopping them coming out with DOA 1 through 3 collection or DOA 4 collection? DOA 1, what's stopping them? There isn't. Yeah. There's nothing. They just got to want to fucking do it. And come on now, bro. Like, they're more than likely going to do it. When will I still be around? I don't know. Will you still be around? People wait 10 years to do shit.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But eventually, I think so, yeah.
Do you think that if DOA came out now, like say it came out around the same time as Virtua Fighter. A lot of people are saying Virtua Fighter has the opportunity to steal a lot of the Tekken players from Tekken just
Yeah.
because there's this whole Tekken refugee thing going on.
Hmm.
Do you think Virtua Fighter would be seen in that? Not Virtua Fighter, sorry, Dead or Alive. Do you think Dead or Alive has what might appeal to Tekken players and bring people over now that Tekken's kind of like going through a very rough patch?
Man, you know what I've always found interesting, bro, about people that don't like DOA that play Tekken is that you guys don't truly realize how good you would be at it. Like, you guys would be good at DOA if you played it. Like, first of all, there's mad Tekken players that play with, like, Lily and characters like that. They're, like, the pretty-ass characters. Like, bro, the whole game, there's a whole roster of characters for you to pick from. Like, there's something here for everybody. If you want an execution character, if you like being that character, kind of using that struggling, kind of mid-tier character, like Rido is in DOA6, he's got an electrical and Godforce. It doesn't function the same way because it can't, because the game is different. But there is something for everyone in that game, bro. And if you play the game, especially Tekken 8 players that know that system, you go back to DOA and be like, yo, why is this so similar? Except it looks a little different, it feels a little different. But when you get hit into that wall on Tekken 8 on that one stage and you blow up and shit and you come back, like, imagine that's on like most of the stages and you'll feel right at home. Like, Tekken players that really want to try something, if BF is not your cup of tea, it's not flashy enough and it's not moving enough, just try DOA. Try DOA5 Last Round, try DOA6. I have got a couple people. Shout out to my boy Sarah if he's probably watching this. This dude is a full-blown Tekken player. Pretty high-level Tekken player, and he literally just picked up DOA, and he's like really strong with Hayabusa. Hayabusa is one of the hardest characters in the game because you got to do advanced holds for all your Rizuna drops and shit. And his execution, like Hayabusa is kind of like the Kazuya in that fashion, where it's like over-the-top execution, but if you can pull it off, you're rewarded for it. That's why there's only like 2 really good Hayabusa players in the world, because as cool as he is, most motherfuckers don't use him right. And I also blame that on the fact that there's not enough players. Like, bro, shout outs to Master and Zachary and all the Hayabusa players and Mufasa, but it'd be great to have like 10 more nasty Hayabusa players. And it sucks because we don't have the players, but dude, it'd be nice to have more Hayabusa players to compete with these guys. And I'm only as nasty as I am at DOA. Who knows? Maybe I'm not that good and maybe no one plays the game. Come and fucking prove me wrong. Like come try the game out. Why not? This is the perfect time to take his ass. Soul Calibur's dead. VF is still, it's an amazing game. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunately, for people that look at the game, you look at it as a dusty fighting game, so that might not be your cup of tea. It's a great game, but DOA is pretty, it's fluid, it's smooth, 6 is easy. You might as well get into it and try it out. Why not? And you can get core fighters, it's free.
Yeah, the reason I got into DOA actually is, well, obviously because Tekken 8 was so bad, I was like, I can't play this anymore, like, cause I'm done. And yeah, the core fighters thing was on my console, so I upgraded it. I was like, let me just upgrade this properly and give it a go. Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, there's certain types of characters that I like, and when I looked at DOA initially, I was like, I don't know if there's anyone here for me. I was looking around. I thought Rido was interesting, but then I didn't really like his backstory, so I was like, play Feng Wei in Tekken.
No, yeah, bro, DOA is wild with that shit. You read that, no talk about it, but you read the backstory of Rido and shit.
Yeah, I read the backstory and I was like, crazy, I can't play someone like that.
Evil, like, bro, like, evil motherfucker, bro, dead ass, like. Yeah, so who do you play in Tekken again?
So I play Feng in Tekken 8, and in Tekken 7, I play Marduk and Negan.
Okay.
I kind of moved around. I used to play Kazuya up until I played in 1, 2, and 4, and then 5 I played Kazuya, Dragunov, and Lee.
Okay.
So yeah, I've kind of been all over the place. I'm leaning more towards Mila in DOA just because she reminds me of Marduk.
Yeah. So Mila's dope. She's actually like, I'm considered like one of the better Hayate players in the world, like for the game. But I'm also considered, I was in DOA5. So DOA5 does, like, DOA functions like that. Like, just because you were good with a character in one version of the game doesn't mean you're going to be good. I'm like, Mila, they revamped her and changed her up a lot compared to like how I like to play the game and play with her. I played more of a basic Mila. And in DOA6, you can't really play her that way. You have to use her sways and shit a little more consistently. And I don't like playing like that. I like to play a more basic game plan and put you into as many 50-50s and option selects as possible. You can still do that. It's just the way you do it. It doesn't feel as good. And there's a couple more Mila players like Fire Necromancer. Shout out to him. We got what's his name? Serpents. Killy played Mila. Like, a lot of people were saying like she's cool, but she just doesn't feel the same way anymore. Jeff Core as well. Like, I don't think he played Mila in DOA6. So, you know, Mila was just really odd for me in DOA6 because I don't like how they innovated her. But there's nothing wrong with her at all in that game. She's really fucking strong, actually. She might be just as strong, maybe a little stronger or weaker, but Mila's sick, bro, because she's heavy hitting. That's why she
Yeah.
appealed to me. Now, generally, me, I don't use female characters in games just because it's my preference. Like, usually there's not, outside of DOA, there's not really female ninjas in games like the ones that I've played. So, like, growing up, I had, like, Raven in games, and I had, like, Hayabusa, Hayate, and, like, you had all the female characters in DOA that were ninjas, and I never really used them. My little sister, because I think about it like that. Growing up in a house full of sisters and brothers, like, my little sister used the girl ninjas. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
used Hayate. My other big brother used Hayabusa because that's how it went. My older brother used Jan Lee's because he was annoying as fuck with the dragon kick. So like there's a whole storyline there. So I kind of stayed. That's really why I play with ninja characters because I've always used the same type of characters in games. And Ein was actually my original main character. So there's a character for everybody in DOA, bro. Like don't be afraid to go through the roster. Just don't get caught up on the way they look. I'm gonna say this: the characters in DOA sometimes don't have the greatest appeal visually.
Hmm.
But there is a character, bro, in the game for everybody. You liking Marduk, she's definitely a good character that I would say you should go for, bro. She's got like an offensive hold. Offensive holds are really good because they eat buttons. You know what I mean? And people can't mash out of certain disadvantage setups. So like you can have people get off the floor and just literally make them commit to a duck or like kind of like a fuzzy, but you can't really fuzzy offensive holds. But you can make them commit to a duck just because you have an offensive hold, and not every character in DOA has that. So she has stuff that makes her really cheap compared to other characters. She does a lot of damage, and she has the ability to option select at all times, meaning no matter where you are on the wall around the open, she can stay plus or zero at all times, and that's really dangerous in the
Okay.
game where you can get stunned and lose. So
Yeah, so when I went around the roster, because obviously coming from Tekken and even Soul Calibur, you know, characters like Nightmare, they're very striking. Like you see Nightmare and you're like, oh shit, I want to try him out. Or you see Kazu and you're like, oh, there's this guy with a red eye and he kind of looks like Vegeta. But when I went
yeah,
onto DOA, I didn't get that initially. But then when I started playing it, in my opinion, they've got some of the best female characters in all the fighting games in terms of like how they've designed their fighting styles.
yeah,
Because
dude,
especially in Tekken 8, man, like they bastardized a lot of characters. But
they
I've
all
ne-
got guns and shit, brother.
yeah, like I don't play. Like,
Like,
I'm the same as you. I don't play female characters very often.
yeah,
It's very very rare to see me playing it. Not because I have anything against women. It's just because I like the cool, like martial arts Shaw Brothers style of character or boss character, and they tend to be men.
yeah,
But
yeah.
when I was playing DOA, I was like, wow, like, these female characters are really designed well. Like if you look past the jiggle physics and everything,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
actually
Like, which
sick
I don't know how you
martial
can't.
artists.
Why are you letting them
Yeah.
titties? And that's another thing I never understood, bro. Hold on. Like, what's wrong with titties, bro? Like, oh, that's that titty game. Like, you going to retweet all this hentai, and you got all this shit all over your desk, but you don't want to play a game when there's actual titties in it. I don't
Yeah.
understand, bro. You know what it's like to see an anime profile picture with hentai on his timeline saying that he don't play D-Way because of titties? I'm like, bro, make your fucking mind up.
Oh, actually, I want to ask you about that. When the whole situation happened with Evo Japan, because I wasn't involved with DOA like that back then. I was just kind of a spectator, and I kind of liked
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
it. When those girls were on stage and all that stuff was going on, and then the Mr. Wizard stuff happened, as like a passionate DOA player, how were you guys reacting to that whole situation?
Listen, bro, I knew it was donezo. Like I did a live stream. I was streaming live, and as soon as I saw that happen, bro, I kid you not, I was in a call. Who was I in a call with? I called Master. Master is actually he works for Team Ninja as a community manager. Like Master, you'll Perfect Legends gonna bring him up, and I'm sure Tom will as well. Like he's from that realm, but also from my realm because he competed in mine too when he was busting people's ass, and he actually works for Team Ninja in that physical capacity now. So, with that, oh shit, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm getting an important call. Give me 1 second, bro.
No, it's cool, so good. Whilst he's taking that call, guys, let me read out some. I think he saw most of your super chats. Yeah, we saw this. DM Smith, thank you for the $5, bro. Appreciate it. Chicken Senpai, thank you for the $5. GGBHTG, thank you for the $2. Chicken Senpai, thanks for being a member, bro. I really appreciate it. I will be uploading more members content. It'll probably be DOA stuff on there now. John Smith, thank you for the $5. Emery's the coolest content creator. You got a lot of fans in the chat, bro.
Hey man, thank you guys, man. Yo, listen, dude, I do get a lot of love, bro, and I think I get a lot of love because I've consistently just been who I am throughout the years. I've never changed. I don't back down from a challenge, and like I just like debating and shit like that. The problem is people be crossing lines, and it's like you think I'm not gonna cross a line, like you can't just cross lines and expect to just not get checked. Like that's not how it's gonna work. Like I beat for people to know what I ate for breakfast in the morning. They can't explain how. And it's like, yeah, but bro, like you're saying how much you don't like me, but you know who I play in every game. You know I'm a DOA player. You know about my YouTube channel. You know who I am. You know I make music. You know I'm this, that, but you don't like me. Like I didn't even fucking know you got out of bed this morning. Like I don't understand how you can have so many problems with a person you don't know. It's like, bro, in life, I don't get why people can't just do this. Like,
Yeah.
just why do you gotta like stop along the way? You're a bitch, Emery. Like, why? Like, why can't you just keep going over there? Like, why you gotta? And then I gotta
Yeah.
just sit there and deal with it, brother. That's what it is. But anyway, back on topic with the Evo Japan thing, real quick. So
Just
I
before
talked to
you,
Matt.
just before you do the Evo Japan thing, I'm just gonna read
Yeah.
out their super chats. 'Cause I didn't want to
Oh
ignore
yeah, yeah,
them.
okay.
He already did the backflip check in Senpai, but I think he might have sent that in earlier. But thank you for the $2. Barcelona, I missed it. Do it again.
That was a backflip. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the $4.99. GGB,
Yo, my
thank you for
boy
the two
GG, what
dollars.
up, bro? Yo, he's a
Emery
Tekken player.
Reigns.
He was busting my ass in Tekken 7 with Julia.
Yeah, I've seen GGB a couple
Yeah, he was
times.
busting my ass. He's a little sweaty motherfucker. Yo, Golden Ghost. Shout out to the boy Golden Ghost, man. That's the homie. Really hardworking content creator, guys. Go check him out, please. That's like my little prodigy right there, bro. Like I try to give him like I don't have time anymore. So if I have like ideas for content or something or whatever, like I'll pass because like I love seeing passion, bro. Like when you see passion and you see what somebody's doing, what they're trying to do, like you take notice of that. Like real
Yeah.
passion and real love for something, not like trying to bait drama and all that other bullshit. Like seeing somebody actually really grinding and putting in work. That's admirable for me. You know what I mean? So like I appreciate what he does for the community. He does interviews. I have an interview on his channel.
I
And I
watched
think
it.
that yeah, dude, he's got some good shit on the channel. I mean, he does other stuff too. So shout out to Golden Ghost. For
Yeah,
sure.
he's been shown up to quite a few of my streams, and then
Yeah,
I saw his channel. Yeah, he's doing good stuff. So I'll try find his channel and link it so people can go and subscribe. But yeah,
yeah.
he's doing good shit. But anyway, I'll come back to the remainder of the super chats. Yeah, so you were saying with like Evo Japan and core values and all that.
Bro. So like the thing about that was interesting was that like so I don't know if anybody knows this, but bro, like certain people at Evo hated DOA for years. Like there's people purposely trying to keep that shit out of there, bro. You know what I mean? So like Mr. Wiz never liked DOA. I want to make one thing very clear. That guy did not like DOA at any point in time. He was just gonna look for any reason to shit on the game as it was. He hated the fucking game. So imagine like being a part of a community where like you won't even get a shot because of that. Like you know what I mean? The guy just fucking hated the game. So there was times where DOA could have been there and it wasn't there. And just like seeing how quick he was to throw some shit under the bus and then seeing how his fucking fate ended up. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes you gotta stay in your fucking lane and shut up. That's just what it is. Sometimes you get got. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Can I
But
ask you why did he hate DOA so much?
brother, that's something that maybe PL again. This is only stuff that I have grasped over the years from my time in the scene. Now you're gonna get the greatest information and greatest war stories and all that shit from like PL and Tom and those guys, bro, because they came up in like the fucking grungy area of DOA, bro, where there was like 20 people showing up to the tournament. They were all just fucking superhuman, bro, and it was for like $5 and shit. Like these
Mm.
dudes was really fucking. I grew up watching Tom Brady's DOA 3 matches and his DOA 3.1 matches. And like Perfect Legend DOA 3.1 matches, like all those dudes, bro, those dudes are real legends. And shout out to Perfect Legend. Like people need to put respect on fucking PL's name for real. Like, dude, this is a real living legend in the fighting game community that's still around now. We all have takes sometimes that are a little controversial, or you know, none of us are perfect. We all see some bullshit out of our mouth sometimes, but like I can't help but notice he's one of the only legends in the community that gets treated the way he does. And it's like, bro really is a multi-fighting game champion that's written a book on his accomplishments. And like, there's not a lot of people that are even holding the controller on today's date that can say they've done what he's done. Like,
Yeah.
he's a multi-time Evo champion, and knowing what's in his head and knowing that like I'm a good fighting game player. But like I'm telling you right now, like PL is like me on steroids, bro. Like the dude's mind, the way it works when it comes to playing fighting games, like he can get on Virtua Fighter after not playing and fuck you up. Like there's certain people that just got it like that. We kind of talked about it earlier in the stream. He's one of them people, bro. Like he's very talented. As much people don't like PL, how many people are beating PL in a five game series?
Yeah,
We
he's
put
also a
5 games
DOA
in.
champion, right?
Bro, he's an Evo fucking champion for Dead or Alive. Like that's a big fucking feat to have done, because you got to remember, bro, there was a point where DOA was on national television, so there were people coming from all over trying to win this shit. Like DOA was in WCG, he played a part of all that. Like it's just because it's been some time that has passed, you know. But I know what it takes to not know what it takes, but like I can imagine what it would take to say I'm an Evo champion, something that most people will never fucking be able to do, bro. And this guy has done it multiple times. So like, I do hate the disrespect that comes from PL, especially because I know about his DOA background, and PL is a really good friend of mine, actually. He's a homie, really close homie. And he was also, so PL was the Hayate before I was the Hayate player. Essentially,
Right.
like
Okay.
he was that fucking Hayate player in DOA 4, bro. I used to watch CGS as a kid, like bright-eyed and shit, like yo, these motherfuckers doing TV, and like he was the best Hayate player ever. Like I stole all kind of tech, like all his stuff. Like growing up and seeing that rivalry between Master and PL and shit, you're definitely gonna get a great conversation from that. But The Evo Japan thing, bro, for me, that was during my time. What was interesting is that I don't know if you know, but there was a major DOA5 tournament, and the DOA6 like side exhibition at Evo one year. I believe it was 2018. I went. That was the only time I ever went to Evo. And I remember being there. And Evo Japan is after Evo. What month is Evo Japan?
Evo Japan, I know it's coming up now. Let me check.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember. I don't want to give the timeline wrong because how they did it mattered. I'm just trying to remember.
May 9th to 11th for this year.
Okay. So I forget what the timeline, but regardless, we don't even need to go into that. So, dude, I was watching this shit live on my live stream, and I knew what they were doing as soon as they did it. Now, the problem with DOA is that if you give people a reason to laugh at something that's already laughed at, they're just going to laugh harder. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when you already know DOA has this stigma of being this disrespected ass titty game that it's just a titty game, then you're going to have the people who are responsible for one of the biggest exhibitions and ways to show off the game ever. You're going to have them freeze frame on a panty shot where Bass is just fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that where it's like PR-wise, company-wise, why? You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to remember that any way that you can make DOA look worse than it was, that's what was gonna happen. If you were in the chat, I was in the live stream, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Turn this shit off. This is a disgrace. And they pulled it. They canceled the whole stream and everything, bro, like live. And I'll never forget, bro. I'm just sitting there like, bro, what just happened?
That seems a bit silly. Weren't they trying? Wasn't there a point where L.I. Joe or someone was gonna get sponsored by Brazzers?
You know, bro, I wish I could comment on that, but I might have to look that. Yo, somebody knows about that in the chat. Send me that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, like the porn industry was trying to get involved with fighting games and like sponsor. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown L.I. Joe's name in there, but I seem to remember that, and I remember seeing that, and I was like, but if porn's trying to get involved, why is it such a big deal for DOA to do a bit of gooning? I don't see what the big problem is.
Listen, yeah, man, I don't know, dude. It's just, remember, DOA already was where it was, and people are always just looking for a reason to hate on the thing that you already hated on. That's just what it is. And in that context, I'm just being honest, they gave it to them. Like, if Evo, because this is the thing, Dead or Alive 6 was going to be, from what I understand, either it was going to be or it was planned to be a main game at Evo. If I'm not mistaken, it was either a main game or a side game, but I think it was supposed to, they were pushing for a main game, and that was the reason why it got cut. And of course, the guy that loved to fucking throw it out there the most was fucking Mr. Wiz. So like, yeah, I enjoyed like, cause sometimes in life, man, you can look at something and be like, all right, that was some bullshit, but like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna doom the game now. You're gonna doom the whole game. I thought it was over the top, the response that it got, but I don't think that it was over the top that there was a response, because that was stupid. Like, come on, bro, they're not Tekken is a lot of things, but they're not gonna go and zoom in on a panty shot, and you get where I'm going with this. That was dumb. But remember, you have to look at the culture, and that was in Japan. The titties and DOA are okay over there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was there. You've been there. Like, you know how it is. Like, it's like sex and all that stuff is different the way it is over there. So, like, that's a very normal thing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that people were thinking, like, yo, this is being streamed in, like, the U.S., though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to look at this and just throw it under the bus, when in reality, bro, like, when you look at a lot of those events and stuff over there, there's, like, cosplays and, like, sexy cosplays and shit like that. Like, they were just trying to play off of that, most likely, in the sexy aspect of the game. They just should have had somebody else doing that fucking exhibition, bro. Because what was riding on that, and Mr. Wiz being involved in Evo, they should have just showed a combo video, bro, or something. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking costume trailer, something, bro. You know what I mean? That was just not a good idea. And I was watching, and I called Master right after. We had a live discussion. It's on my YouTube channel, and I didn't understand what happened. So yeah, that sucked, because that was our chance to be at Evo as a main game, which everybody thought was going to happen. It would have been great to be the commentator at fucking Evo for, you know what I mean? Like, dude, that would have been great, but we didn't get it. But we still had a good championship, bro. The World Championship was great, dude. It was great. Shout out to Hoodless. Hoodless won that shit. He's one of the best DOA players in the world, bro. Really good at Virtua Fighter and Street Fighter as well. Very talented fighting game player too. And he actually won a DOA6 World Championship. And there was I forget who the runner up for that world. I think it was Calvin or something like that. But it was a great World Championship. It was great to be a part of it. I just wish it would have been great to be DOA5 Last Round. And I also did commentate most of the majors for DOA5 Last Round too. So that's all part of the commentary reel in there.
Yeah, you guys, I want to watch some of your stuff.
Yeah, if you guys want to get into DOA, bro, there's not a lot of new resources, but there doesn't need to be. Like, bro, my channel has like thousands of resources on it for every DOA game. 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got Matt Ponton's YouTube channel, Hoodless Streams. You've got like old channel like Abysmal Monkey that have a bunch of random like DOA online, DOA2 Xbox online matches on there. Dude, there's some good shit out there. So there's resources, and shout out to Free Step Dodge as well. Free Step Dodge is our Tekken Zaibatsu, virtualfighter.com type of thing. Like that's where you'll find all the frame data, all the like competitive trash talking shit throughout the forums throughout the years, and all that stuff is on there. You can do Wayback Machine for DOA Central if you want to dig into like the 03 and 04 like Perfect Legend trash talking shit on the forums and shit. All that shit's out there, bro, resource wise, and I've looked at it all because I love this game. But it's out there if you guys want to get it, man. If you guys have questions about DOA, always there's a lot of people. Hoodless will answer any question you got. You can hit up me, anybody, Zachariah, anybody who content creates for the game, and there's resources there, bro. Especially for DOA5 Last Round. Like, dude, you'll play that game and just be finding that stuff and be like, yo, this is deep, bro. It's really fucking deep,
Yeah. It's I've only just gotten into it. I've got to say the community is very, very welcoming. I've not had anyone say, "Oh, fucking Tekken players come over here now." Like it's all been love, and like Hoodless came to the stream, Nunchaku came to the stream. There were some other players.
Too. He's actually somebody that helps me with my music. Very good singer. I know you guys heard that Jan Lee jingle thing that went around that Maximilian dude. Yeah, he's like a vocalist and shit. So I've been working with me. He's helping me with that. Nunchaku's very good at DOA. Very good player. He's another dude that if he had the time to invest, he would be disgusting. He just don't play as much. But bro, he's very good at DOA.
I mean, he was like, I think he was the only one that gave Hoodless a little run for his money. Like his Jan Lee was crazy.
Yeah, dude. So Nunchaku was like in that skill gap with me. Like we were floating around and like, all right, we ain't there, but we're, you know what I'm saying? Like we're taking games, like we were going to tournaments and like getting games off of like the best players, but wasn't able to close it out. We weren't getting rolled over. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that hard bracket. And remember, DOA was not like Tekken 8, where like you can just go in the heat and just random somebody out. You had to actually beat these people, brother. Every 2 seconds, they knew every setup you were doing, every unholdable, every wall setup. We've been in the lobby looking at this shit all month, getting ready for the tournament, bro. You know what I mean? So it was a different time.
Yeah, coming from Tekken 8 and going to DOA5 and like getting a chance to play Hoodless, because I've played so many fighting games, I don't feel confident every single fighting game, but I feel like my knowledge transfers over enough where it's like, okay, I can pick this up and I can play footsies and neutral. But when I played him, I was like, I quickly realized I'm a fish out of water right now. Every time I threw a punch, he just grabbed me. Every time I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something random, threw me across the stage. I was like, damn, and that was enticing for me because I was like, okay, I actually need to sit and learn this game now. I can't just button mash and get away with it.
Right. And not just that, you need to remember that and I don't just think this is DOA. So I've had people come on my stream when I was trying to learn Tekken 8 and they were like top level players, like higher level players that are like way better than me because I'm like intermediate in Tekken. Like I'm good. I got my combos myself and everything. But like for the most part, like the game is so sick because you can actually fight against people that are on your level. And even though you guys might not be doing the advanced shit, like even if you just know how to hold a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Even if you just know how to do a little basic B&B combo, bro, you need to fight against people that are each other's level in that game. Like Tekken 8 was the same thing. I had top players coming to my lobby and they're like, yo, bro, like, why are you afraid to play? I'm like, bro, what nutritional value am I going to get out of going against you? You're going to beat the brakes off me with Zafina that come on now, especially Zafina. Like, bro, that's a matchup you have to learn. Even in Tekken 8, you got to study that matchup. Like, I don't want to fight a God of Destruction Zafina for nothing, bro. Like, I need to go fight like another Tekken King Zafina so I can at least understand what's hitting me first before you start hitting me with the corny shit. Like, because there is a level, and I'm talking as a person who's really good at fighting, there's a level of play in which you will not know what's happening to you no matter how good you are. Like in Virtua Fighter, bro, you can get put in situations that you don't know what happened. You have to figure out what happened.
I experienced that.
For that too.
I experienced that because I picked Alpha and I didn't know that she didn't have a get up kick. So he kept knocking me around and I kept pressing circle and she kept floating away and then he'd run up to me and grab me again and I was like, shit, man, I have no idea what's going on.
Bro, fight against people. You're like, listen, one of the best tips of advice that I can give you, go against people that are within your skill range. I'm not saying don't ever fight good players, but bro, you getting into this, if you can entice people to come and join like an open lobby and get like, yo, Hood, what up, bro? If you can get people in the lobby on your level, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can actually feel like you're playing a martial arts movie. Like, you don't have to against people. Like, listen, Hoodless is gonna body you. Hoodless is gonna body me. Like, he's gonna body a lot of people. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you can't find people in which the game is functional. So you definitely need with DOA because of the whole system, the stunt system, bro. Guys like Hoodless, will stun you and stand there.
Yeah.
You don't even
That's
get
what he
why
did.
that's bad. He will stun you and he will stand there and walk towards you and wait until you are back to neutral and stun you again. Because that's how nasty you can get with the game, bro. Like there's certain stuff in the game you can really do that you can't do in other games, and the stun system allows for that. The whole system allows for that. Like, bro, you know what it's like to get lift stunned by a person and they walk around you while you're stunned because they can free step around you and grab your back. And if you're not on point and you're not paying attention to what's going on, all of that stuff is into playing DOA, bro. It's really actually a lot deeper than people think it is. But you have to take it piece by piece. Tekken 8,
Yeah.
you do too. But you have to take it piece by piece, bro. There's a lot of moving parts, but there's so many resources out there, dude. So it's a grind.
Yeah.
Getting stunned and feeling comfortable stunned is gonna take a while, bro. Imagine in DOA5 at least, not 6, because that's why you think they did that. DOA6, all right, we're tired of people feeling uncomfortable stunned. Break hold avoids all 4 hit levels except the throws. Think about that. DOA5, I stun you, you have to guess between at least 3, because you can avoid my high by doing a low hold and my throw. My high and my throw are both donezo. But if I do any mid, then I'm going to clap you. But think about that. That eliminates the options that much more. So the game, once you start to figure out how it works, bro, it makes so much sense. And there's always that factor there, like I might not guess right. He might low hold if I try to grab or do a high to him, but I might think that. He's going to think that too. So he's going to do the opposite, and now he's going to hold mid punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The mindset. Imagine a game, bro, where you can put somebody in a situation, and as simple as it sounds, he either holds or doesn't. It's not like that. It's not like that, because you have to remember, how many times did he do this, though? What did he do the last time he stunned me? Did he do a high, mid, or low? Did he just walk up to me? Did he walk around me? Did he pause? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then how many times? You know what I'm saying? When he stunned me with 3P last time, did he Hokage me? Or did he go immediately for a mid punch to get the quick launch, or immediately for a high to get the quick launch, or is this guy just not launching at all? Is this guy just throw thirsty? Because you got throw thirsty people. When you detect that people like to base most of their damage on throws, you're automatically at a higher advantage in them because they're breaking their offense up too much. Throws weren't going to be so many options, and as long as I got a button that buttons beat throws, even out of certain stuns, I can mash out of a button and clap you. That's when the game starts to get crazy, because just as well as you think he's going to hold, he might not. But he knows that you know that, so then he's going to do the other shit anyways. It never stops, bro.
This is part of the charm for me, because I really hate it now when I pick up a game and I'm like, on the first day I feel like I figured out quite a lot of the game, and I can just I can play the character without like expressing myself. But with DOA, I did get the sense straight away that I'm actually gonna have to grind for this. I'm probably not gonna be. But if DOA 7 comes out, maybe I'll be halfway competent by then. It feels like when I used to play Tekken, like, you know, when they would say to you, if you start on Tekken 5, by Tekken 6 you'll be good. That's how it feels with DOA right now. It feels like I'm gonna have to play for a long time.
Yeah. Well, and look, that's the thing. We don't know that. Like my boy Seraph in the chat, I think he's been playing for like maybe like a year or so, but like, bro, he's a DOA player. Full-blown DOA player. He understands the game. Now, I'll be putting some shit on him that he don't understand that wouldn't work against holders or certain people, but there's levels to this shit. Just like you understand this, and there's Tekken players in the chat that will. Just because you're a god instructing does not make you good. And there's reasons for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're trash at the game. You can't just get god of instruction. But if you think that your god of instruction is the same as Knees, then you know what I'm saying? Just because they give you the same rank as him doesn't make you him. And that's a big problem with Tekken, bro. People get these shiny fucking ranks and don't realize there is levels to this shit. I don't give a fuck about your god of instruction, how many characters you got on, bro. You got 130th at Evo. And that's not a bad place for Tekken, bro. There's thousands of people there, but still, your shit is not the same as theirs. Just because the rank cap is the same thing doesn't make you on their fucking level. It's the same thing here, bro. Same exact thing in DOA. There's levels to it, and there's always going to be levels. Caliber Blades, I've never beaten Caliber Blades in a tournament ever. Ever. I've gotten games off of them. I made it 2-1. I've never beaten them in a tournament. And that's saying a lot as a person who's invested a lot of my fucking adult life into the game, bro. There's levels to that shit, brother.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
Just appreciate your level. Appreciate whatever level you're on, and that's with anything in life, not just fucking DOA, with Tekken, fucking fitness, anything, bro. Appreciate whatever level you're on, and life is just about improving and evolving when you get time. So, like, if you like the game, just let that be enough. Fuck getting good at it. That's what people get caught up on. Like, people, like, oh, I'm not going to play nothing else because I've invested my whole life in the Tekken. Well, that's your fucking problem. Like, try something else. You are stuck on this game. Like, people on Twitter that I've seen delete the game 40 fucking times and reinstall it because they are stuck in an abusive relationship with a game that they don't like.
Yeah, no, 100%. I completely agree with you. I can't do that personally. Once I get turned off by something, I'm out. But I'm enjoying the journey of DOA. Like I
Yeah,
know
man.
that I'm not. I was watching Hoodless play, and I was watching Nunchaku play, and I could see as someone that's been playing fighting games since I was a kid. I already know I'm well away from their level. Probably will never catch them, but I'd be happy if I even got halfway. You know, so
Yeah,
that's
man.
kind of what I'm aiming for.
It's fun, bro. There's a lot of resources out there. But look, I do have to jet pretty soon here because I'm on like a tight kind of schedule. Is there anything else immediate before I try to?
Um, Normally I get people in to ask you questions, but if you need to jet, we can save that for the
I got
next
like
stream.
I can do like another 10. I got like 10 minutes. Like if that will work. If you want to try to do some of that, because I got
These guys like draw out their questions. What you guys could do is you could send questions in the chat, and I'll just pick out questions. I'll try to be fair, but let me just read out these super chats real
Hey,
quick.
listen, guys, don't feel bad that I won't be here too long. Listen, guys, you guys got Perfect Legend and Tom Brady that's gonna talk about DOA. Like this is the crazy era of DOA, bro, when shit was like grimy. So like that is really gonna be a treat to be able to listen to. And like again, Hood is from that era, Osmic's from that era. Like that's gonna be I'm good. I can't wait to be there for that. I can't wait to listen to that and just chill, get my snacks, you know what I'm saying? Just relax and just sit there and listen to that because they're gonna be dropping gems that I don't even know about a game I've been involved in for this long. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be sick.
Okay. Golden Ghost, thank you for the $5, bro. Gotta show him Milo one day, definitely. Chicken
Somebody said
Senpai.
they're tired of seeing two light skinned motherfuckers on the
Yes.
screen. Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, dog. I don't know. They said that there's a light skinned motherfucker running around the UK named Mike with tattoos and shit. And I was like, because my real name is Mike and shit, but I don't
Yeah.
go by that. I go by Emery. But I was like, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I know people are gonna be fucking talking mad shit in the chat. I already knew the fucking light skinned jokes were fucking coming.
Yeah, someone left a comment on the thumbnail and they were like something like, "Oh, these guys are mad cute," and I was like, "You better be a woman. You better be a woman saying that."
Bro, listen, that shit is mad funny, bro. It's fucking hilarious, but I kind of expected that shit was gonna happen. Yeah, it's funny.
Hoodless, thank you for the 199, and TC, thank you for the 10 gifted
Damn,
memberships, man. That's
let's
really kind
go.
of you. That is
Damn,
really
that's
cool
what's
of
up,
you,
man.
man. My membership section will have DOA content on there soon, so. But yeah, there were some questions that came in.
Let's go.
Which DOA had the biggest tournament?
Okay, so from my experience, from my time, the two biggest events that I attended was Evo for DOA5. There was like 100. Hillis was there, I think. It was like 160, bro. It was a lot of people at that Evo. And then there was the NEC. There was a TFC that was crazy in 2013. Oh no, it was either TFC. I wasn't at that event, but it was either TFC 2013 or 14, bro. There was mad heads there. Like I want to say it was in like the 300 or you never went to Evo, bro. It was like 300. It was like 300 entries, bro. Dude, that is a lot of DOA players that know how to play the game in one place, bro. Like there was a battle royale because we had what was called instead of the DOA 6 World Championship at the time, we had the DOA battle royale, and the battle royale there was an NEC, and I know Hoodless remembers, bro. It was the most stacked. We were sweating in there, bro. It was like 200 people in there. Sweet Revenge was still around. Lopedo was still around. You had other guys that were still popping up out of nowhere that you haven't seen in a minute, like Ninja CW. Rest in peace, Ninja CW, legendary DOA player, man. Shout out to Ninja CW. They're gonna talk about him definitely tomorrow. Like yeah, bro, the level of play. That's another thing I want to touch on real quick. The level of play that's up for debate. I've always said that was up for the debate. I wonder what Hillis thinks about that as far as the level of play now compared to back then. I truly believe that the level of play in the era of DOA 3.1 and DOA 4 was much higher than the level of play than we currently have, at least during my time period. If you can ask that question to PL, I think that'd be a sick question to ask. Like, what do you think compared to? He's gonna say the same thing, but the level of play back then was much higher. I truly believe that, bro.
Yeah, well, I personally find PL's DOA Evo win more impressive than the Mortal Kombat ones. Not to like put Mortal Kombat down or anything, but I know that when you're part of a smaller scene and the game is as difficult to play as DOA, it must be really tough to like be
Bro,
playing high level players and to not be repetitive and make sure that you're mixing it up constantly to not get grabbed and whatever. Now that I've played DOA and knowing that he won Evo, I find that super impressive. Now I still don't understand the game fully.
right, and put that into perspective. What you just said. Look at Tekken, right? You can go to a Tekken dojo tournament or something and get some shine, bro. You feel me? You can go to a smaller tournament and don't have to worry about Knee and Ulsan and all these guys being there, bro. Like, and you can get a little bit of shine. Imagine every DOA event Caliber Blaze and Hoodless is just there. And you'd be like, yo, these motherfuckers are going everywhere. Like, imagine you have to beat the best guys at every tournament, except for some of the Japanese players and shit like that. You still had to, bro, Quiggle and Sonic Fox were at every fucking DOA tournament for the most part, at least during that prime time of life. Like, dude, it was rough. You really, 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 truly had to beat the best players every single time that you go to an event. Imagine you have a chance of just fighting Caliber Blaze and Hoodless and you gotta beat them to get the top. You gotta beat these guys to get the top 8. You are gonna get washed out in here.
Yeah,
that's really how it was, bro. There isn't no Gumball 47 and Chicken Wing 16. You might be able to get by and then get on Twitter and be like, "Oh, I made top 164." Like, yeah, you only did that shit because the other motherfuckers was Bonsai Tree. Like, imagine the first person you fight is the dude who's gonna win the tournament.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ass,
that
bro.
Shark Fest
It
was
was ass. Spending all that money to fight Caliber Blaze in the first fucking round of the tournament. It's like, bro, can I get a stream match where I'm busting somebody's ass first, please? God damn. That's just making me mad now just thinking about it, bro. All my matches on stream, me getting my fucking ass whooped. And I made top 8 in almost every DOA5 last round tournament I went to on the leaderboards. If you go to Free Step Dodgers, the leaderboard, the DOA5 championship, I think I was like 13 in the world. Out of the whole world
sick.
For that, bro. Like, out of everybody, the whole fucking world. So that was offline tournament points.
We gotta get some. When I get competent at the game, then like right now, there's no point. But when I get competent, it'll be good to play you guys properly.
Dude, that'll be lit, bro. And again, if you have any questions like about how the game works, if you just want some tech or something, I can always refer videos. But we have there's tech videos on pretty much everything you can think about, bro. For real.
Yeah. Well, I've got a question here. They're asking if you'll do finding a main in DOA5 for Tekken refugees.
DOA5, I can make that specific video. I do have a video on finding your main in DOA6 as a Tekken player. That exists already. So it won't really apply to 5 all the way because you are missing your Virtua Fighter characters, but it's kind of easy to see if you like Virtua Fighter, you would pick those characters. But I have videos on what character you should play in Tekken. If you're a DOA player, I've got in VF, same thing, bro. I have every combination of that you can think of. So you can literally look that shit up on my channel, bro. It's already there.
And then GGB, thank you for the $5. He said fighting games have shortcuts to getting good, like focus on these moves, learn to anti-air and block. That fucking snake edge. What's that for DOA?
For DOA, like your shortcuts to getting good will just come down to just honestly having good situational awareness, knowing when it's worth it. When is the juice worth the squeeze? Like if your back is to this wall and there's an F-150 over there, and they know that if you hold, that shit's gonna kill you 100%. But if you don't hold, that's just going to kill you 100%. You have situations that you literally have to make whatever the fuck you think that they're thinking, bro. You have one shot. You know what I'm saying? Like you have one shot, bro. And it's yeah, dude. It's mad crazy that the game really functions like that. Like it's just a split-second decision and you're dead. Like it's like that. Like Tekken, I'm gonna say Tekken is like a slow burn, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tekken is a slow burn, but that game for sure, like DOA, bro, you can make one choice and you're dead immediately. You're fucking dead.
Yeah, I saw a touch of death combo yesterday, and
you've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday. Someone was playing. It's not Leon. It's Bayman, I think. He was using Bayman. Is his name Bayman? Yes. And he did a touch of death combo because someone guessed wrong, and I was like, oh my god! Like he picked him up and slammed him into the wall, and then they were on the Attack on Titan stage, and he slammed him into the other wall, and then he slammed him into the cannon. And I was like, oh my lord!
Yeah, shout outs to Matt Ponton. I see him in the chat too. Matt Ponton is actually the owner of Free Step Dodge. I don't know if that's his main YouTube channel, but I know he has one that's under Sorwa or something like that. He's got some old school DOA videos on it from 3.1 and shit like that. He actually owns Free Step Dodge. So shout outs to him. Make sure you guys go to Free Step Dodge and make an account and jump on there if you guys want to get up on all the information and the tech. There's literally little character bubbles for every version of the game that shows you all the fucking all the max damage stuff, bro. It's all on there. Everything you can think of is on there, bro.
Karen, thank you for the $2. Shout outs to Suzy for being the sickest Kasumi player. I've heard Suzy's name quite a lot. Is that a high level player?
Bro, so he's actually a really popular YouTube personality. He's got mad millions of subscribers, and he happened to just also be a DOA player on TV. He was competing in the CGS age, bro. It's actually crazy. He's actually a real figure. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty sick. I've seen Matt Ponton here a couple times as well.
He's good.
Yeah, I want to get halfway decent at this game because it does look like so much fun. I feel like I'm in the baby steps of learning a fighting game again for the first time. I haven't felt like that with fighting games. I feel like you can jump into Street Fighter 6 is good. I enjoy it, but I feel like you can learn it very quickly. Yeah. So it's quite a good feeling to know that I'm gonna have to sit and invest some time into it.
It's fun, bro. What else you gonna do? You gonna play Tekken 8 all fucking day? You might as well, dude. Like, seriously. In DOA5 Last Round, you're picking a great fucking game. DOA5 Last Round is the game, bro. It really is that game. And bro, I'm also throwing a throwdown tournament for DOA. The throwdown was one of my events. I used to host First to Five First to Five Friday, and then it turned into the throwdown. They're separate events, but they're kind of based off of the same thing, the same format a little bit. But I was supposed to be hosting it coming up. It was actually supposed to be tomorrow, but I have a lot of life stuff coming in. It was hard enough for me to sit down and do this. I don't have the time. But just be on the lookout for that, guys. It's either going to be a DOA5 Last Round tournament or DOA6, or maybe I'll keep doing it back and forth like we did. So Hoodless throws a tournament for this game. I believe it's like a monthly at this point or something like that. And then Johnny the Flash also throws monthly tournaments. Like, bro, and they just did a DOA4 tournament, bro. Like, of all games, they had like 20-something entries for a DOA4 tournament on the Xbox. Like,
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's sick, bro.
And then, do you know, I used to be able to read hiragana. I think, is that Rinu? Maybe? I don't know, maybe I'm getting that wrong. Is Hayate's Raijin throw the hardest throw in the game?
Yes, Hayate's Raijin throw is the hardest throw in the game. Then you have, all of the male ninja characters and some of the female characters too, but did they have any you can finish? For the most part, the male ninja characters, they all have some version of a throw that can throw you up and they can finish it. You know what I mean? Hayate, he's got the Rising, he's got the I think it's called the Nakiryu or something like that. He has two different versions of the Rising. Hayabusa's obviously got the Izumi drop. Raido has something called the Underworld drop, where he literally takes you up in the air, bro, and slams you down on your neck and just breaks it into the floor. Like, it's actually the most disrespectful throw of all time. So all the male characters in the game kind of have some typical throw up in the air and finish the throw move, but Hayate's is generally the harder. I think that the Underworld drop, personally, is a little harder, but it's just because the notations are fucking weird. But yeah, definitely.
TC, thank you for the €5. VF5 or DOA5?
Damn, bro, that's fucked. Bro, like, that's fucked. I'm gonna have to say DOA5 because I have a bias, but like, I wish I didn't have to pick one. Like, bro, fucking Virtua Fighter 5 is a crazy ass game. It's so good. It just makes me happy. Like, just hearing these old ass sound effects, but everything I'm doing is working and nothing's teleporting, nothing's retracking me if I'm not getting hit by laser eyes while I'm over here and Jin is looking at the wall. Like, dude, it's such a good game. It's hard. That's a hard one, man. But DOA5 always, yeah.
Do you think the DOA community can be its own enemy sometimes? I don't know if that question must be for Emery, not for me. I wouldn't know.
Do I think that it can be its own enemy? I mean, listen, you got to remember, dude. Like, we're disgruntled here, and I'm not just talking about the fighting game players. I'm talking about like the people that are just DOA fans in general. Like, it's hard not to be disgruntled when every game around you, up until this point, like, you know, Tekken 8 was coming out, Fire, you know, like Virtua Fighter was coming out, and like we still don't have anything for DOA. There's still nothing for Soul Calibur, but like, yeah, we're disgruntled, man. I mean, you got to look at how they left us. They left us kind of out to dry. That kind of sucks. But like, at the end of the day, I think that the community can be its own enemy in a lot of ways. But like, dude, there is a lot of really cool, down to earth people. Like, there's not one top player that plays DOA that you can't just go to and ask anything to. Like, Hoodless, one of the nicest dudes you'll ever meet. Caliber Blade's cool ass dude. Like, Quibble, literally, bro, anybody, like, did you have any questions for? They will literally map Ponton, bro. Like, these guys will talk to you probably for hours and teach you what you need to know. Like, not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but in Tekken, you got to pay for lessons. You got to go and Metafy and book somebody to ask those questions. Like, we don't have that problem over here, and maybe we would if we were a little bigger, but that's just what it is. So I'm very welcoming. I think that we're a little disgruntled. I think that sometimes we can beef, but it's not our fault this game is in the state that it's in. I think that that's a bigger problem that's bigger than the community of people that buy a product. We didn't create the product, which is purchasing and giving our opinion. Just like Tekken 8 has mostly negative reviews now on Steam that didn't have that season 1. So we do fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? And you're damn well right that they're going to do something about it. Because guess what? As much as people love to say, oh, all you do is bitch and complain, well, guess what that got us? Now you guys got a new revamped second season 2. So shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, without people like me talking shit, we will get another DOA6. We don't want that. You guys can want that and say that you want it all you want to try to come after me because you think this ain't DOA6 is good, is going to piss me off. No, you just look fucking dumb because the game is ass. But without people like me with any sort of a following or any sort of influence, not saying I even have those things, but people fuck with me to an extent, and I'm a DOA guy. Without people like me saying something's wrong with the game, nothing will be done. Is that a hard concept to understand? Without me complaining constantly. You think me cares about A guy who's been playing this game longer than some people have been breathing, that's accomplished everything you can accomplish, cares about what Gumball67, what God Destruction on Twitter is saying. Nee, you're just always complaining. Bitch, who are you?
Hmm.
Who the fuck
Got
are
no
you
skin
to
in the
tell
game.
me? Who the fuck are you to tell me what I'm allowed to post when this is actually my job? Like, I actually have notoriety and like accomplishments, and you got God of Destruction online, so you think you can talk to me like that? But they're gonna listen to Nee before Gumball67. The problem is that now they have Nee and Gumball67 both complaining, so that's why shit's gonna get done.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Leo Breaker, thank you for the $10. Hey Mike, Emery, hope you're doing well, man. It's been a minute. Shout outs to Darkslay, one of, if not one of the best Jan content creators. Is that another guy that you know?
Shout out to Darkslay. He's a very good. He's actually a homie. It's fucking Gumball. Darkslay. I forget where he's from, but he's an amazing Jan Lee player. His YouTube content is fire. He's got a lot of sick YouTube content just specifically for Jan Lee. Like, he be making like movie style content with like Jan Lee matches, bro. It's actually sick. EKS is in the chat as well. Shout out to EKS, longtime subscriber to the stream. He's a tier 2 sub for like 5 years and shit on my stream. So shout out to him. Another really good Jan Lee player, big supporter of the community. Yeah, man, people love this game, brother. I'm seeing all these names in the chat, and these Rice Ball. You know how long Rice Ball's been around? There's videos on YouTube of Rice Ball playing DOA2 online in like 2004, bro. Like, these dudes, like, people are just seeing these names and don't even realize who some of these people are, bro. Like, there's some legendary motherfuckers in the chat right now. He was the first person I played online. His name was Unsafer Mike, 2002. He was the first friend that I had on DOA2 Ultimate. He was busting my ass with Ayane, bro.
Yeah, I'm being introduced to a lot of names here. Yeah. But like, what I do want to say is that, like, I know there was this whole thing online the other day where it said, why don't Tekken players come play DOA or Virtua Fighter? And I was talking to Blackheart. I don't know if you know Blackheart, but he was saying he's not a fighting game player, he's a Tekken player. But Tekken's in such a bad state right now, and I hear it, I completely hear it. And I had the sentiment for a long time as well, to a lesser extent, that I didn't really want to play another 3D fighting game. But Tekken is in a bad state right now, and DOA is only £9, and it's a full package game. You've got everything there. There's no reason to not try it. I'm not saying spend $50 or £50. It's £9, which is like what, $15. So it's worth picking up. All the DLCs there, well, most of it, and then there's a couple extra bits that you could buy. I think the only thing that I can't buy is Mai. I think she's been delisted.
Yes, so there is a way. Now listen, I am not condoning modding or doing anything of the such, but apparently through the grapevine, there's ways to obtain these characters on the PC versions of the game. I cannot condone that and tell you how to do so, or if it's even possible. I've heard about it. Maybe possible, maybe not. If it is or if it isn't, you can probably look into that and figure it out. For console, you might be hit unless you can find me, and I'm sure Matt and all these other guys. You actually have the ability, I think if you like license transfer or use somebody else's shit on PlayStation, you might be able to get it that way. But it's done so on console. I don't think there's any way around that. I think you're done. Unless they go back and do that again, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I was quite upset because I didn't know that Attack on Titan had a crossover with them, and I love Attack on Titan. So someone picked the stage, and I was like, okay, I'm buying that 100%, but it's not there anymore.
Yeah, like, listen, bro, unfortunately, I see somebody in the chat saying DOA got 2 active players, though. Now, like, yeah, man, because they need you to get on so it can be 201. Like let's do something about it. Like, there's fucking 340 people in here. How about you guys go get on fucking games so we can make it 500 and try it out? What the fuck you mean there's only 200 players? Like, yeah, there's only 200 players. None of you guys are going to put it the fuck on. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people on Tekken 8 right now just shooting themselves in the foot as they're playing the game. Like, they're playing the game and blowing their fucking toes off in between rounds. You know what I mean? Like, they hate the game, but they won't play anything else because they've invested their whole adult life into it, and they can't stand the fact that happened to their game. But guess what? I went through the same thing. I'm guilty of it, bro. I literally hated DOA6, and I played it often. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I was in a situation where I kind of had to, and it is what it is, bro. I feel you guys' pain, but I'm just saying, learn from my mistakes and don't do something that like is really against like your happiness. Like, don't do, like, if you like fighting games. But that point was good. Remember, I'm not a fighting game player. I'm a Tekken player. That means a lot if you hear it. There's a lot of. I'm not a fighting game player. I'm a DOA player. Because remember, if you're gonna say you're a fighting game player, that means that you play fighting games generally.
Yeah.
Just because you play Gears of War doesn't mean you're a shooting game player. You might be able to play Gears of War, but as soon as that first person perspective comes in, you're getting blown the fuck away. You're not really a shooting game player. You know what I'm saying? I specifically call myself a 3D fighting game player because if I get on Street Fighter, it'll look like I have no idea how to play fighting games. Mm-hmm. We'll have to stick in our own lanes in life. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the reason why you can't get off of Tekken because that's all you know, that literally is why. Oh, I understand. I understand why you guys are stuck. You guys have invested thousands of hours in a game just learning how to walk one way against a character to beat them. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I'm trying to save you guys, and you guys are taking it as, oh, Emery's talking shit. No, it's you clearly hate this game, so get off of it. Like,
Yeah, no, for me, it's like I'm a fighting game player, and it feels like all of the games as of late have been walking a road that I don't recognize, and so to a lot of people, it seems like I just bitch and complain a lot, but a lot of our games have gone down the shitter. I mean, Soul Calibur 6, I think I played it now, it's better, but I played Soul Calibur 6 when it came out, and that was horrible. And then Tekken 8's come out, MK1. Obviously, I wasn't there for DOA6, but I share your sentiments. And then there was Storm Connections, which was a hot mess. So because I play loads of fighting games and all my fighting games were doing dumb shit, it looks like I'm always annoyed. But there's games that I genuinely love playing, like Soul Calibur 5, now DOA5, Rebirth of Souls, Demon Slayer. But a lot of the new fighting games are shit, man. I mean, Tekken 8 is... I can't believe what they've done to Tekken. I cannot get over it.
Dude, there was a time where I used to make tweets and I'm like, yo, can y'all please simplify this game for people like me? I have, you can find the tweets, I don't believe my shit. Like, I was literally asking them, I'm like, yo, can you guys simplify this game so I might not have to walk a specific way against certain, not just characters, but yo, that move right there, that sidestep left, but that move is sidestep right. It's like, nah, bro, what are you talking about? Yeah. You mean that's fucking specific, but there's dudes that can do that. Mm-hmm. Why do that to them? Why do that to them? You get what I'm saying? When we were talking about the sidestep shit in DOA, where I learned how to sidestep Christie's forward punch properly. Hoodless knows, Matt knows that in DOA5, if you sidestep Christie's forward punch and immediately on block, you're going to get hit. You have to time it with the punches. Especially if you try to sidestep forward punch, you're usually going to get clipped again. If you wait until the third punch on guard, and there's actually there's a couple frames in there where you can react to the free cancel. She can't extend the stun. She can't extend the animation anymore. She's cooked. Mm-hmm. We had to all learn that because guess what we were dealing with in DOA that people don't even understand? Go look at a DOA tournament and see how many Christies were in top 8, how many Helenas were in top 8. That's what I'm talking about. People don't even know that DOA had the same thing as well. Bro, there was Christie, nothing but Christie in fucking top 8 at some points, bro. You had Quiggle, Sonafox, Blackberry, fucking all, bro, that alone is 3 of the top 8 sometimes, bro. You got to deal with 3 high-level Christies. You're going to learn how to sidestep that string. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We were nasty at the game, and we have knowledge of a game that people think is just a titty game. But imagine you're fucking with a dude who's playing DOA who's fighting you like you're playing me in Tekken. It's crazy. You were fighting Hoodless and was like, bro, he's just grabbing my arm up and throwing me across the fucking map. And you haven't realized that, yo, I have to throw him to beat this. But at neutral, risking throwing a person where there's a strike that can grab, that can hit you and blow you up and stun you, that's the mindset you have to develop. Because as good as throws are, they can lose really badly just as quick as they can work. So, and it's very unforgiving, bro. There's nothing like trying to grab a dude and he hits you with an up punch with Hayate and I'm getting 40% into an exploding wall. Yeah, that's not fun, bro. You have to really be careful in that fucking game, dog. Yeah,
I got humbled real quick. We're playing on that stage where it's like a dojo and you can knock people down the stairs. And then he grabbed me and threw me, and I burst through the wall and fell down all these stairs. And I was sitting there. I was just like, right, this is really embarrassing. He's just throwing me into different stages.
Bro, you know what it was like to be in top 8 and to have certain stuff happen to you, bro? Like, it was embarrassing getting hit with certain stuff. Like Leon, so there's water mechanics in DOA. If you're in the water and a character does a certain throw to you, they literally drown you and step on your fucking head just because you're in the water. The whole animation changes. Bro, in top 8, if you lose like that, no one's gonna forget that, bro. You got drowned in top 8. Like, bro, that's you literally crazy. Got drowned in top 8, bro. Like, bro, remember how, like, they're like, bro, you could literally go to a tournament and be fighting on Danger Zone, that tournament with the bouncy floors and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what it was like to get lost and immediately know that you got to put your pad down and wait for the next round to start because they're going to kill you? Like, you're losing your whole bar. Like, the game was really unforgiving like that. And they didn't ban the stage until certain points. They unbanned it or whatever. But, like, getting Danger Zone, the whole crowd was like, oh, shit. Like, it was like a roar, bro. Like, oh, like, as soon as the Danger Zone came on and you seen that black background and the electric floor, shit was about to happen, bro. You knew some shit was about to happen. Like, yeah, dude, DOA was hot. And I'm if we don't ever get a chance as a community, if the FGC never gets to see what we had as a community, I'm blessed to be able to experience my version of it. It wasn't quite the golden era of DOA, DOA4, PL's era and shit like that, but I got to experience something that a lot of people truly will never be able to be a part of that, to be able to sit next to Master in the tournament, Hoodless in the tournament, Matt in the tournament, and fight legendary players. I got to do that, and I'm blessed to do that. It sucks that a lot of people won't be able to, and they missed out on a great chapter that's probably never going to come back and fighting in history. DOA6 couldn't even revive that shit. But yeah, man, the history is out there for people that might want to catch up on stuff. It's all there, man. It's all on YouTube. It's all on Free Stuff Dodge. You can go to Wayback Machine and go to DOA Central and check in the shit even older than that. There's a lot of shit out there, bro.
Yeah. Well, I know that you've got to run.
Yes.
But we're definitely gonna do this again. But
yeah,
again,
man,
like the game,
lit, bro.
The game is £9, guys. Everything is there. Almost everything, apart from Attack on Titan and Maya, but everything is there. It's a full game, so give it a try. I'm gonna be hosting streams for it. Hopefully, I want to host an exhibition with like you guys and some of the high level players. And I'm not under any illusions that like we're gonna resurrect it all of a sudden, but it'll be good to get eyes on it, and maybe they're watching. You know, maybe they'll do something one day.
Yeah, man, like it'd be great for it to come back, but you know what, man? Like I will say this, bro. Tekken 8 is in the state right now, and I keep bringing up Tekken 8 because that's the game that we're all kind of like Tekken 8 is in 3D, right? Like Tekken 8 is so big that it's on a stage with Street Fighter. Street Fighter is Street Fighter, brother. Like your grandma knows what that is. Your grandma don't know what DOA is. Street Fighter, oh my, Street Fighter with Ryu and the Fireball. Everybody knows what it is. Sure, you can like everyone knows what Street Fighter is. But Mortal Kombat, household names. Tekken is a household name. So unfortunately, you have Tekken, and then you have the other three that are kind of underneath us, floating in the wind here. But yeah, man, it's a good time just to experiment with stuff, I think, bro. And like while Tekken has a downtime, because listen, bro, as people that are disgruntled with Tekken as well, I played it, you played it, everyone in the chat that I've seen has at least attempted to play it. We're all Tekken players too, you know what I'm saying? But it's fine to try other stuff, even if a million people ain't playing it, bro. Like that's how you start something. That's how you create something. Like into these tournaments, let's get some 40, 50 man tournaments that we can make that shit happen. DOA is a great game. All we need is people to realize. And unfortunately, my last point, I said this in the video. If your heroes don't play a game, you cannot expect the people that follow them to do it either. If you got big content creators like Main Man Sui that are gonna say not to play something without saying it but shit on it, that means that in turn people are mostly gonna not give it a chance. Anyone can say, yeah, but how's it his fault? Influence, my people. Influence matters. When you have influence and you're not just a random voice, your voice matters. Whether people think it should or not, when you got 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, your voice matters. You're going to shit on a game that's already in the dirt, but just going to get kicked under more. You know what I'm saying? So shit does matter, and when people say stuff, it definitely does matter. I'm guilty of that because I did say a lot about the DOA6 that might have done damage to it, possibly. Who knows? But I did it with all good intent because I just wanted a good thing. So try that shit out, man.
Well, I appreciate you being on, bro. It's been a really good talk. We'll definitely do it again sometime, and we'll get you on with the other DOA guys as well.
Yeah, man, definitely.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate
I don't really
you,
have much else to say. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's been fun. Shout out to Mike Hollow, man. It's good to have people showing love to DOA, bro. The game really needs it. It'd be cool if this sparks some kind of chain reaction. You guys watch this and hear the passion in my voice that not just I have, but there's thousands of people out there that have the same passion for this game. And unfortunately, we just kind of got done kind of dirty, and it sucks. You know, imagine, guys, y'all guys feel shitty about y'all game getting shit on.
Oh, actually, before you go,
they're getting updates.
Before you go, actually, I've got some friends in Japan, and I've got 2 friends that are like DJs. Well, actually 3, but 2 of them are DOA players, and I didn't know.
Oh, shit.
And they reached out to me, and they said to me that we were watching your stream the other day. We didn't know you played DOA, and I was like, well, I've just started. Yeah. And he said to me, because he does DJ events at different locations. One of them is in Osaka, and the other one is in I think Shibuya. And he was saying to me that when they do the DJ events, sometimes on the big monitor they put on DOA4, and I was like, oh, what? Sick. And they told me that DOA in at least where they are in those prefectures or whatever, that people love it. Like everyone shows up for it, and when they're doing the DJ events, they're playing it. So he said to me, keep on doing it, because Japan never forgot about DOA. They still love it out there.
And VF as well. The last thing I'm gonna say again, like, bro, remember that we're here, but other places shit gets love. Virtua Fighter is like Tekken big in Japan, bro. Like they throw a whole festival for that shit. Like Virtua Fighter is fucking huge in Japan. Might not be super huge here, but remember, stuff is not the same as everywhere, bro. DOA is widely loved in Japan. It's a Japanese game. Virtua Fighter, they do not fuck around with their Virtua Fighter in Japan, bro. Yeah. At all. There's thousands. Like imagine watching a stream of a top Virtua Fighter player, and they're bumping into, I thought there was 5 Kage players, and there's all these Japanese Kage players that are bumping out of nowhere. It looks like you're watching a crazy Don Call stream with all these crazy Japanese Kazooie players popping up that you've never even heard of or seen, but they got execution like me. There's so many good players out there that play all these games, bro. It's just not really as obvious because it's not in the public light, but that doesn't mean they're not played. You know? So, anyways, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, guys, man. Thank you guys for having me on. It was good talking to you, bro. It was good meeting you. I'll definitely get with you later on for some more collab stuff, man. You guys be safe.
100%, man. Take care, bro.
All right, guys. Deuces.
Alright, guys. Well, that was Emery Reigns. And who knows, man. Maybe we'll spark a chain reaction and we'll get some more DOA down the line. Some DOA fighting games. But yeah, I really do appreciate the DOA community, both over here in America and in Japan, all the people that have reached out to me. I'm going to be doing more streams for it. I want to get some sort of exhibition going, but it's my birthday in 6 days, so it's going to be a bit of a crazy time for me. But yeah, DOA is a good game, guys. If you are on the fence, you don't have to pay full price right now on PlayStation. It's £9. So go ahead and pick it up if you want to get involved. I am going to be streaming it. Am I going to watch Sinners? I've already seen Sinners, bro. If you haven't seen Sinners in the cinema, go and watch it. It's a fantastic film. The DOA game that I'm going to be streaming is going to be 5 Last Round. I do have 6. Maybe we'll play 6 at some point, but I really want to learn proper DOA, and from what I've heard, DOA5 is the one that you should learn. The demo's free as well. Yeah, the Core Fighters thing is free, so you can try it for free. And then, you know, your birthday's on April 30th. No, my birthday's on May 1st, so 7 days. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, we'll do some more streams, definitely. And I thank you all for the donations again. It's very kind of you. My opinion on Sparking Zero, the DLC. I've been tuned out of Sparking Zero for a little while now. So the DLC did not look appealing to me at all, but the changes to the systems did look pretty cool. So can't really talk too much about that. Darkstay, thank you, Mike, for the stream. Happy to have you on board and bringing interest to the game. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't obviously, like, you know, DOA is much bigger than all of us. I don't know if they'll ever see this, and I'm still new, but maybe, you know, we can spark some sort of change. Tom Brady and PL will be on at some point. I just need to figure out Tom's schedule. It's probably gonna have to be in May. We're gonna do a history of DOA because I don't really know the competitive history that much, so I want to learn about it through them. And like Emery said, PL is an Evo champion for DOA, and Tom was there during the golden age, so we'll do that. But yeah, did you guys have any questions for me before I go off stream? Does Core Fighters have all the characters? No, I believe Core Fighters only has 3 or 4 characters, but it has Hayate. I think it has Ryu, Kasumi. So you get a feel of the game, and then, you know, again, it's £9, guys. In London, you're lucky to get yourself a meal with £9. So, you know, it's definitely worth trying out. And who knows, man? Maybe buying it and drumming up the sales a little bit, they'll start to turn their heads and be like, oh, what's going on over here? Just need my Discord. Yeah, okay. My Discord is. Can I post it in the chat? I think I can. Yeah, my Discord link is here. Let me. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I'll message it to you on Twitter, bro. Some of my computer's all messed up. The PL thing, PL and Tom thing, is that today or tomorrow? No, it's not today or tomorrow. It's gonna be probably like after my birthday. So the next stream we're doing, I might do a stream tomorrow for Tekken Tag 2, and then Sunday will be DOA, and then actually, what should we do Sunday? Sunday's normally Tekken Day, so I might do Tekken Tag 2 on Sunday, and DOA tomorrow, and then yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date on Twitter. City of the Wolves put up 2 million. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of money. Fair play to them, man. The Saudis are pushing the game like crazy. Look, it's a pretty game, man. It's a very pretty looking game. Maybe I'll try it out, but I really want to invest my time into DOA. I think if people are really passionate, the companies will notice. Hey, well, you know what? Let's come together and try to do something with DOA. I mean, I'm still involved with the Bleach guys. I'm gonna go over to Biscuit stream in a little bit and play Bleach with them. So I do try to get involved in the games that I really like, contrary to what Facebook might tell you about me. But if we all pull together, maybe we can get their attention. Who knows? I know it's a small community, but you never know. I mean, Soul Calibur came back, Killer Instinct came back. So, alright, Nunchaku, take care. I'll warn you, Mike, my Zack is criminal in DOA. Listen, I'm not gonna chat shit on DOA, okay? I got humbled the other day. I've got a long way to go before I'm competent. I'm looking forward to the day where I can say, yeah, I'm gonna start mashing people up on DOA, but that's a long time. That's a long way away. I'm learning a brand new fighting game as an adult, right? I'm not a teenager anymore. I haven't got that much time to invest like I want to, so it's gonna take a while, but we'll get there. Now, if you come over to Bleach, yeah, I'll smash you up on Bleach, and you will have to acknowledge me. But DOA, it's gonna take some time. Thank you, Flames Gamer, for posting the Discord link. Yeah, if you want to join my Discord, link is there. Flames Gamer posted it. But yeah, alright guys, well, I'm going to jump off now. It was really fun talking to Emery, finally getting a chance to have a chat with him, because I've been watching his content for a long time. We just never got a chance to talk. And I might see you guys tomorrow. I'll let you guys know as usual on Twitter. If you're following me, I always update. Shout out to Hoodless for absolutely battering me and humbling me the other day, throwing me through a wall. I was like, damn. And I'll catch you guys very soon. So take care of yourselves, have a good day, stay safe, and peace.